Referiju, prekrsan gola, što bude bit će.
It's nuts. I had it happen once. It's pretty fun. It's kind of like, but if it gets into the middle of it, it's got an interesting area. But
look, let me have my country roots.
No,
I know where I come from.
No, I know. Yeah, I understand why you want it. Oh, you just, yeah, just a little bit too fast.
Oh, okay.
I've literally done that.
Valja.
So we've all been there.
Valja.
Just a little bit of a accident in 17 though. Regrouping and should be able to get Suju back up to full health as they make their way just north of Monte Nuevo. Going to be catching eyes on
danas je moj bundle i pan. Danas padamo na 17.
Still just this area around that northern San Martin, so we can see that back behind this, it is also going to be Navi that might cause some problems for Expendables not wanting to do too much. Always patient play. Clib, no car to be found, and he's going to go down and get picked up in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's good little piece of work here from TE. Kind of keeping eyes on OP, keeping track of them, and profiting a point and some more utility and things like that out of it. So nice start for them. A rough start for OP, but this is par for the course, folks. This is what they've been doing all tournament, and yet they still are in 4th place. It has been a, it seems like they lose someone early almost every game, and they are still climbing up here. But you've got to expect it with this group, right? A group that's been around pretty much since the origins of PUBG Esports.
I mean, I made the joke yesterday, I think it was yesterday anyway, about the fact that whenever overpeakers lose one, it just feels like they get stronger or madder. They're like the Hulk of PUBG right now. Just the more pissed that they get, the more just damage they can just like come in and just smash a team.
Yeah, well, and they're playing, very confident, it's no secret that they are going to disband after this event, and, I talked to Mexi in the bathroom today, before we got up here, and he's just ready to go. He was all smiles, which, by the way, is not usual for Mexi. Oftentimes, we kind of joke that, he's not a big on the smile, but he was smiles today.
Please tell me it wasn't talking about stalls, though. That's like...
Kakazona, joj!
Good. So, washing the hands, always fine, right?
Yes.
Well, now we're going to be looking in a slow, steady circle that's going to be happening. As it looks like FaZe,
Sada mi je znat kak je avion išao.
and Wildcard are going to be our late rotators into this one.
No surprise.
Brate mili, ovo su pare od bez onog foundinga, jel' tak?
Da.
Ujete. Pa founding je još... Pa da.
Da, bez, jes, bez.
He can absolutely claim control of this entire map. This is, just quintessential Tunes. He loves to do this. He loves this mountain. It gives him outrageous amounts of information.
Look at what we got right next to Twisted Minds on this leaderboard now. Overall prize pools, and you can see the amount of money in every single one of these positions and how much...
Alo, čekaj, morate poglasiti.
Crowdfunded adds into the prize pool as well.
Da reći test.
Original sum came in, so again, every position matters so much. I mean, look at that, 6th to 7th, for example. That's almost 20.
Salama. Alaikum.
That's insane. So every point you can get, that means there's something.
Amare, ima li viška ti kodova?
Ima. Već nam je do...
Jebote, kada ako upališ 3 imamo šta kodova za podijelku, imam i 15-ak. Nemoj se smijeti, pošalji mi kod.
Pa ništa, odgovorit ćemo na pitanje prvo i to je to.
Jesi ti live?
Da.
Jest.
Kako je?
A vi, kako te? I šta, to je to, danas zadnji dan, a?
Čak, jel se Hena čula na stream?
No nije, pa nema veze da se čuje, što? Ko da gleda puno ljudi. Možeš pričat šta hoš.
Vjerovatno, ja.
No reason to give your position away there. No one saw you, no one heard you, they don't know. So you didn't have an opportunity really.
Jo, opet si nisam monitor namjestio.
No reason to take it. Good patience there by the young player Salute. So again, Salute is the younger of the duo here. Soul has been around for a bit longer. Soul is playing back.
Šta je ovo?
A?
Ma sa svom ja nešto.
really nuts player. Speaking of nuts players, this guy right here is absolutely one of the most outrageously good
Znači,
players
kad bi završili,
Seeing what he did at PNC
pa
this year,
makar
with
osmi.
Team UK was just an absolute treat.
And Tropic now going to be making their rotation
Na konju
to
bi
the far
bio.
south, and that's going to
Pa
put
bilo
them
bi lijepo, da.
just talked about Danoa,
Koliko je
as
osmo
well
mjesto?
as
120.000.
that's going to be pathing into the east. Notice the fact that Wildcard is going to be coming
Ali
into
to
the
ti
far
bez
west
onog
of the
crowdfundinga.
Circle is going to pop and
Ovo je kruga, možda je ovo čak i dobro za njih.
I'm telling you where it's
A
going
je,
right
kako ćeš
now,
se
man, it's
iščupat
not
sad
gonna make you
odavde.
happy.
I know where it's
Face,
going,
da
Uš,
nema
co?
što prije.
but let me
Oj, oj, samo za njima.
I'll let you hang on to hope. I don't want to be the guy that, you know, again.
Gledaj koliko ide prema njima i Twisted i Cess i Dma.
I'm sorry.
Danama!
For anybody that's watching right now.
Oops, my bad.
That is so mean.
All right. Well, a lot of teams gonna have to make rotations. This one is very likely to end on the road that runs.
Ako i
from
Cess
Buffalo
ode
to
prije
Washington.
nije, onda je
Either
loš.
on the north side or the west side of it. That's generally where these like to go. Doesn't have to, because we've seen some absolute
Brate,
banana
što
circles,
grije ovi
but
radijal,
I'm just letting people
šta
know
je
that
ovo?
that is somewhat likely. It can go into the Crater Fields too. There's already a couple teams lined up around those. You've got QM, you've got E United. you've got
Ofuril
Navi
sam
that
se,
are trade
jebal
making
te,
their
vrag.
way up there. Batulins is going to watch these teams rotate, and he's going to find space on the backside of where everybody's going to fill in. And this is why he takes this position, because it's such a flexible information gathering tool that he's able to utilize to put his team into spots to succeed.
Our death funnel is really around that North Pozo area. Everybody is starting to stack in there. We even have a crate that's dropping in a similar position. Means the fact that now teams are going to be pathing, and E United being our most northern team right now, just barely past the halfway point on this circle, is going to get spotted out. Bill first is going to take down Rillo. Now I have to see how E United responds, as they're just going to continue a more northern pathing. I also want to point out that Over Peakers, it does have TE that is right behind them as they're trying to path around Cabrera. That might be a thing, because, you know, both of those teams are going to try to something.
Yeah, I don't know if there's some beef with them today or what, or just that kill on the cliff caused some beef, not sure, but QM here got the knock. Relo is going to be bleeding out here momentarily. I don't see anybody able to get to him in time. Indeed, that's going to be a kill point for QM. And again, every point today matters for every team. They've got something to play for. They've got money coming. Duck Juice is going to find Mexi, so James was down as well. And the Overpeakers struggling to find footing in this early game.
Yeah, now just down to one, and it's going to be Vard, and it looks like Duck Juice
Evo
knows
killa.
exactly which building that he's going to be
Evo
in.
killa, evo ludila.
Looks like he just wants to make sure
Evo
he knows what's
kila,
coming in.
evo ludila.
Reinforcements also now on the approach, so Vard is going to have to make sure he defends this one up. Throws out the nade, but it's going to be going the wrong direction.
E, ali
It was
majke mi,
outlanded.
znači onaj lik
Vard does have himself
ima,
a shotgun. Can
ima
he
jednu
connect with
zadaću.
something in this? Gets the spray. Does manage to get the drop on one.
Jednu zadaću ima na onom PUBG mapi. PUBG Esport mapi.
Aaaa,
Dobar pokušaj.
Man, he had a good
Da,
shot
baš
with
je
the
dobro
Duck Juice, but the barrel is
Evo ti
pretty good
patka.
in those situations versus the M4, and is gonna come
Kažem ti ja,
out on
patka
top.
je.
A really nice attempt there.
I opšto se
Like
nadao da
like
može
the idea
danas
here.
nešto
Start with the
gotovo
assault
nakon
shotgun,
prvog
and
game.
then immediately hide in the corner.
Šta sam
Clock
htio
7
reći,
seconds to clear
PUBG
guard,
Esport
able to find
mapa,
the
znači
flash.
lik ima
Yes,
jednu
he has
zadaću,
4
to je
kills, but
kad
at least
šifta
OP
zona
was
da
able to
zoomira
scrape
tu
a point out of
mapu
that.
i on to ne radi.
Fourth place already down this early. Navi
Halo?
is 2 points back behind.
Možda je AFK.
Like you saw doing some harassment
Pa
second
nije,
half.
vidi, evo ga,
Potential
zoomira.
now for a couple of these teams
Jel
to
moguće?
start trying to do
Ma
some
da.
more of that climb. It is gonna be
Bravo.
tooth and nail. Everybody just scratching and scrounging for every single point today.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, it's all important. Everything matters here. So, you know, I don't expect to see too much in the way of just kind of doing things that leave you scratching your head. I think everybody's going to be bringing their A game today, no doubt
Ne
about
tvrde
it.
svjetsko na areni.
Danoa is trying to control the north.
Jel ozbiljno?
It looks like we are going to go to the
Pa ima i na
defending with
državnim, ali izgleda da ima i
A
na
ne
areni.
imaju sve na BH Telekom.
taking control of the
A ima ova BHT što će biti.
Evo, to led vidi zonu.
Pa na BH Telekom nemaju sve.
Da, ali arena BH ima.
Aha.
Still have a lot of the verticality that's going to be in the east. Crater Fields being exactly in the center of this kind of creates its own like barrier for a lot of what's going to be going on. Shots now going to be from teams that are on the tail
Gledaj ti
end of this
Batulina, on
race.
lagano ulazi vamo, nigdje nikog. Čo će ukurat Sokola?
Ovdje 17-ica. Uš! Ovi su na dva igrača. Evo te kud Batulina ode. Ma lik ima USB neki da ga jebeš. Zapravo bez psovanja. Bez psovanja, molim lijepo.
Family friend.
Some kind of footing to compete with Twisted Minds on this map.
One of the craziest games I have ever seen we did together was the phase run back.
Dino, ovo završava na onim kućicama kod kreatera.
Pa negdje ona izlaza od onog tamo kurca. Kod onih vrata.
Ovaj
Bliže
giveaway
nama.
1 moram popraviti komandu. Sorry. Dijelimo danas malo više.
Moja ba ima 15, ali nema za mene.
Nisam ni sebi uzeo, prijatelj.
Čekaj, a šta ćemo mi dobiti, znači koji stream?
Hoćeš content na streamu, da
Hvala.
ti Hana kaže šipka.
Ajde.
Most notably, Wildcard is still nipping at their heels right behind them. Any shots are going to reveal their position, so it looks like they're going to lean more into stealth for the time being. Well, I say that. It's just too big of an opportunity now taking the shots, and they don't even get a knock. This is going to be an issue.
Yeah, that is going to alert QM to their presence. Wildcard knows where they're going. Oh, right in the middle of EQ.
Daj, brate. Brate.
Grenade in hand and is just QBE, and he is done.
Bože, sačuvaj.
And there you go. Now we're going to start getting some more of the roll coming in.
Dobar start, dobar start.
Ide gas, ide gas.
In just 1 second. See Danawa also doing a stretch over where they've got Lambu and Helen. Twisted Mind still playing both the north and the south. Really
Šta je ovaj bundle? Nije mega bundle, nego ovaj drugi.
To ono što smo jučer dijeli.
A taj, ire...
Šta dođe, onaj SLR
Aha, da, ono.
i full odijel.
A mega bundle? To je plus
Mega
stava samo,
bundle je-
jel da?
Mega bundle je sve, ja mislim. To je sve. I onaj drugi bundle i ovaj tava i šta znam šta dođe.
To ćemo se boriti za to.
Nisam siguran, iskreno, nisam jedan kod sebi nosio, tako da ne bi znao.
Baš.
Evo, završit će ispred Twistada 100 metara.
Ohak sam volan ovaj batulin.
Ovaj game, ovaj moji s fantazija nemaju zajedno 100 damage.
Ozbiljno.
Jedino ovaj Šajvu je živ.
Ovo bi United mogao winat.
It is going to blow up here momentarily. I see 17 eyeing the firehouse compound on the northern side of the circle. It is open and available. The circle can also, by the way, go kind of northeast of here. There's a lot of space that the circle can land in that that isn't land ratioed. So it could go northeast, it could stay in the crater. We'll see. Belmoth has another knock, and FaZe starting to feel the hurt.
With this, Wildcard has also shifted into the north. They might be able to pounce on the remnants of 17 as PUBG is still just trying to finish out this fight with FaZe, who is slow rolling it. They don't want to make sure that they want to keep the momentum. They want to keep the speed on their side, and Gustav going to rotate much further into the north as well.
Evo Leviza, imam i njega jebut.
Yeah, they're trying to get the angle here, and Greg Shot has it. He's got
Ovdje 17 mrtvo.
just Xiaowu left for 17. Now it becomes, a rap mission. These boys just love to honk their horns. There's no doubt about it that when Wildcard has you, they're going to let you know it. Now Xiaowu is going to try to cook a grenade on this drive-in. If this one's good, it could be devastating.
Aj, otkini makar jednu.
Just going to play it slow instead. Now we're going to have Question Mark that gets vision onto Wildcard, and they're now putting themselves in kind of a pinch position with the last member of 17. Nico's on near on
Oh,
no
dobar
life.
play.
They are going to be able to stop here
Oh, he
without
phased
letting
ball.
anybody. Finally, Nikos goes down.
Yeah, Xiaowu might be able to steal a couple points out of this fight from
Ova ima nokanog ispred sebe, ba može ga ukrasti. Hajde, kapiten si mi. Tu, doktore. Još budula. Kakav doktor, ja ran.
Napadaj! Dragane!
Kako je moguće da ovaj hangar gore clear?
To je ulaz u sljedeću zonu, čovječe. Vidi ovo. Mrtavi.
Sekunda.
Koliko? 3 kila.
A, bod.
Oda. Snickers.
Lambu and Helen had a problem with their vehicle, and that's going to cause them to get wiped out. They had started the fight good. I don't know exactly what happened. We missed it. It was
Ali mogu ti reći da je QM dobro odigrao.
It's been such
Cijelko.
reliance on two players. You know, Lambu and Helen have struggled a bit. Just, I'm not sure what happened there, but you know, it looked good in the kill feed initially. I saw them getting knocked, and then all of a sudden, you know, people were getting run over. People were dying to car explosions from their teammates, and yeah, things happen.
Gotta give respect to Yoho for holding that. That was just 2 members that were in that position, and both of them managed to survive. Daytrade still making their crunch in onto question mark, and still slow and steady wins the race right now. Do want to point out that we still have Adam back behind this one, as 17 did get eliminated just a second ago. Twisted Minds is playing into the east, but they have a much harder path into the circle.
Yeah, this is going to be tough for Daytrade. You know, with Flash at least getting underneath, maybe Adam can get some help. Those are big knocks there from Flash as Dante attempting to be rezzed here by a doozy. The res does come through a Flash to buy a little bit more time and space, but still, Adam's going to have a say in this.
Oh, a doozy just looks back in. He's going to go down to Poochills, and now the exchange is going to continue. Just Poochills and Flash off. Looks back into Dante. Good spray coming out from Flash. Now it is just going to become more and more problematic as Hobbits has got to step away from this one. Adam's still involved. You can see that he pops his head up and suddenly takes some damage.
Yeah, head on a swivel here for Flash, doing a good job of harassing Adam to keep him kind of pinned down behind that hill. A grenade over the top almost catches Flash. Belmoth out in the open, should be cleaned up here, I think, momentarily, potentially by Lou. That's really long, folks. There it is.
Picks it up, and now it's just the 2 versus the 2 solos. That nade's going to finish it out for a wild card as the Expendables continue their climb.
Yep, a lot of teams here hungry for points.
Ali Arane, kako ovaj Twisted uvijek ima 4 igrača, to mi nikad neće biti jasno. Kakva god da je zona.
Evo, pa se vidio odakle su ljudi rotirali.
Da.
Gledaj ovaj tu rič tamo može igrati. Gledaj ti ovo.
To će oni ovo gore očistiti.
Pa da.
Cutting into that area is just you're not going to survive it. So instead, see if they can pick up some more kills over here as they were.
I evo to ovom bundlu se dobije valjda je 500.000 ovih poena.
Molim?
Pa znam, čekam da dobijem.
Kokih 500? Šta pričaš? Da daj mi taj kod. Šta mi iz produkcije dobijemo, halo?
Šta dobiješ? Hvala, drugi. Kakve produkcije kliknuo si jedno dugme i sjediš na kompjuteru i gledaš?
Nemoj pričat gluposti, a drugi monitor što troši struju, a prvi monitor, ko će to platiti?
Daj PayPal, plaći 3 eura.
Umjesto da igram ranke da ja streamam.
Jel se te li zaledali? A znao je Filip gdje će završiti.
Jesam ti rekao.
Kakav, a vidi se da igraš skrimove.
Odigrao 3 skrima u 5 godina.
Do toga si došao da govoriš djetetu da ne može više ruče.
Ajde da vidimo. Šta će Yahoo?
Gledaj ti Filipa, on je sinoć objavljivo U2 ono, od Batulna tweeta iznad odmah toga ja kad sam objavio normalno. Još jedno lizalo, pa ne mogu oba lizat.
A šta sam objavio? Pa ljudi...
Da liže mi bi jedno lizalo, ne možeš više. Da sve pojedim.
Nisam ja to vidio da si jebao.
Ajde, dobro.
Promaklo.
Šta? Loptice ima. Malo bebe, pa nemoj ti poslije tate, tata nije pravo zube od 2012.
Hoćete ga? Example? Halo? Bravo.
Obalizala, ja.
Brix, kad će pitanja biti?
Evo piše. Prvo ćemo podijeliti pen poslije ovog game.
Jedan, jel da? E, ako ja sad uđem... Ako je meni upaljen PUBG, ako ja sad uđem u game, jel će biti on na drugom screenu? Neće, jel tako?
Ne bi trebalo, neće. Znači, pa svejedno ti je... Da, ne bi trebalo.
Neće, da mi to odmah pripremimo. Tako je. Malo je stream pobjegao u desno.
Vidit, nešto si pojebo na stream.
Nisam, vratit će se. Bio sam u game, vratit će se.
Okej, jasno.
Ulazio čovjek kod kuc.
Ali žao mi bit će tako i dok bude kojca kuca. Evo, šta sam ti rekao gdje će završiti zona? Ma!
A ti koliko imaš najviše mečeva od svih igrača na svijetu, logično da znaš gdje će.
Able to stabilize and recover for now. Will not favor them. Kwangdong Freaks as well. Maybe I see some crates out in the field. There's not a lot to play with here for the Freaks. There's still, a warehouse and a half for Navi. TE hasn't had to move, and neither does E United. So the Freaks, Twisted Minds, and Yahoo are kind of on the precipice.
Oni naredni game trebaju vinati da dođu do 75 bodova i onda lag.
They've gotten the tank. I feel like they used a lot of their smokes just to get into this position, and they still need to move forward about another 100 to 100.
Ali čekaj, na Twitteru je posebno bundle, jel tako?
Da. I Twitter je bundle za ovaj mega bundle.
Znači isto taj koji dijeliš i ovdje danas.
Aha, a danas ovdje dijelimo dva, onaj jedan od juče, Iridescent i Mega.
Da.
I dva pena, a na Twitteru je Mega jedan.
Evo ga, opet su ovi. Malo su prekucali, brate. Ljudi kako se...
Za top 5 na Grand Finals Twire dobija 5 bundela, a prvi dobija i potpisan merch. Pretirali smo sa giveawayima. Nismo nikada ovoliko dijeli.
I don't think that they have anything left. They've just been getting knocked for so long. The thing that they're going to take is putting on more of that TE side, so they're going to get out. And now we are down to our top 4. It is a 4v3, v3, v3 with Navi.
Možda šta ako vinala.
No,
Šta si rekao?
Rekao, može li se Navi gore uključiti ako vina?
Može u top 3, da.
Ma može se uključ, bolan, kako ne može, šta si ti to? Vini dobar game, eto ti prvi.
Da, ali Batulin uzima
Da
10
ostali
po
ne
metu
igraju.
da ga jebeš. Već zvonije što ga privuče.
Da, lik ima magnet na prsima. I to gledajte da ima dole sad on cijeli dole reč da igra kad ubiju ove
I ovo može, ali Navi od prije 10 sekundi više ne važi, ba ljudi smrti. Aj Levis, ubij nekog.
Evo, ali patka ti živio.
My biggest question is, what the hell is TE gonna do? Because I don't know. They look
Još Batulin umru, može još mirnije kulat.
be a matter of who can pick up the kills. It looks like they're just all going after him. It's a split between E United and Twisted Minds both.
All right, down to 3 of our top 4 teams.
Ne pita lik.
Navi still 4 up, EU3, Twisted Minds 3.
Gledajte koji su timovi ostali, raz svi ovi gore što se bori.
To je dobro. Pa to je stvarno. Ovi bježe već 20 bodova, 18 bodova, 17. A oni će se fajtat gore sa Spirom.
Aj broj smoka.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8.
Ovakav zid na Fortnite-u ne bi napravio.
Ovo! Ide gas!
No, sorry.
Gdje ćeš?
Svašta.
My god. My god.
Jel to Batulin imao neku reakciju?
Oj, šta urači?
Alija noko! Ajmo! Ajmo Alija! Ovi će se rezati još. Rezat će Jubu.
Da te čuje, jazz FIHO.
GG. Ajde, evo, pikaj. Pikaj Juba. No nemoj ludo.
Dobro je Filipe, ba, dobro je Filipe.
Filip, znači ko ne snima tamo na Discordu, je.
Završio game FIHO prije 20 minuta, bez dobar.
Evo rezat će Flada.
That's what you want to see. Grenades now start to impact on top of Na'Vi. Kickstart dodging a couple different mollies. He might have stepped into one there.
Ode.
No, he's still good.
Sad će ući u molly.
Let loose with some grenades of his own. They're coming up short.
Na'Vi has control of the center right now, and
Ovo je
Eli
dobar
knows
nade,
that they have to push this hillside.
Nije.
Throwables now starting to come out. Na'Vi is reading it.
Ovo ne je dobar.
Peek's gonna come up.
Nije ga skuh.
Bravo. GG.
Bravo.
Koji doktori.
Bravo. Kako su odigrali, druže moj.
Da kad se Danilo pojavi, iza njega se pojavi.
Znači ga vidio jučer, bio u publici, znači isto Danilo li, isto.
Joj, nice.
Ovo su ovi morali vinati.
Definitivno da, ali ono je predobro što je Alija ostao iza.
Evo ovako izgledaju navijači engleske tamo što objavljuju oni na svjetskom da su stigli.
Kad će kod?
Sutra.
Daj, rekao si poslije ovog gamea, daj da probam. Znači ništa.
Ide poslije ovog pen.
Da ga prvo ja ukucam da Dino vrati.
Samo da objavim story za stream.
Jeste vidjeli Twittere one što sam slao? Ono nije realno.
Kakav Twitter?
Pa evo ti od sinoć. Ono nema 17 godina ljudi. Can I be your passenger princess?
Thank you, gentlemen. What a play by Na'Vi, and Twisted Minds, just like me, never saw that pull-up coming. They made a wonderful play. Na'Vi dominated on the push, and then United, they could have pushed back. They could have done it.
Moram dva lizala jebena
Put the stoppers on.
Just everything that could go right for Na'Vi went right there. I mean, that's probably one of the best repositions you'll ever see in a competitive sense there to get a win at the end of the game. And like you said, Ali is just absolutely huge, preventing that push from United while they were kind of had the opportunity. But a little bit nutty here, playing around Crater Avenger.
Honestly, in this case, you're in a situation where you're just looking at it. All right, we're gonna have Cinder compound for some time. You saw that how the circles worked out, and that's how it's gonna work out for them too in this case here. But Alia with that anchor position on that push is just crazy. 2 knocks and they managed to get out of it. I would love to see United push a little bit earlier. They were running on it, but a little bit earlier. Alia, the smoke should have been out towards Alia. I would like to see 2 offensive smokes towards Alia. That would have forced them to move it in a different position.
I don't think they knew he was there.
No, maybe not.
Maybe they should have. No, they should have expected that guy to be left behind.
Maybe not. I mean, often you have these anchor positions, but I would love to see how that would have worked out in that game there. Love that it's these teams that end up being our top 3 in this case here. Na'Vi, United, and Twisted Minds.
Incredible game. I asked you at the start of this, we said, can either of the wily veterans teams make a big push? You said, hey, If OP or Na'Vi does it in game number 1, maybe it opens the door, and they do it. This is a team of superstars, experienced veterans. They played the circle the best they could, and when they knew they had to make a play, not only did they take the risk, they got the reward.
And the other thing, I mean,
Priviležili su se.
we were a little bit concerned for Na'Vi, right? Andy United, the fact that they were in those compounds in the center of Crater, those typically don't end up getting a lot of kills to go along with. I mean, they get plays, sure, but not a lot of kills to go along with them. But Na'Vi end up getting 9. United get 3 off of 766 damage. You don't usually see second place with that a little bit. But at the end of the day, Twisted is still getting 8 points. They're still climbing.
Yeah, and also 17 games going out
Na porukama. Lik ima šablonska stakla, ono što dođe, naš obična plastika što ostane natpis. Vidiš?
Stvarno. Jel ozbiljno to ima?
Twisted Minds always finds a way to put points.
And going back to, like, what was it, Circle 2, maybe Circle 3, you saw Twisted Minds, they were on the south side. They do this big, long wrap around the east, around the crater, through the blue, getting up to that northeastern corner and kind of playing that position. That was a 5-head rotation from Batul. And he was kind of, they had this big, wide split, too, so Batulins was watching everything out to the south. He knew that team knew where every team, other team on the map was that was a threat to them. And, I mean, it's ridiculous. They're such a good team, meta-wise.
You can predict, you know what's going to happen, but you're never prepared for the Na'Vi car rush. They came 3A straight at them. They played out of their minds. Their trigger discipline was incredible. Na'Vi takes the win, 19 total points, and Twisted Minds, despite getting run into, run up on, and lambasted, does manage to get second. They're going to put up some good numbers from that one. United, who did grind it out and finished in second, technically, because of the circle, couldn't put much up, Poro.
I mean, it's still 9 points. You know, you still take that every day, and you know, if it worked for Ali, I mean, maybe they get the win there. But again, all cylinders firing for Na'Vi on that one. I mean, it's probably you could eat your dinner off of how straight that smoke line was. I mean, that was the most beautiful thing I've seen in a while.
Also, them being down to just 3 in this case, right? If they're 4-man strong, we would see them much more aggressive. They were out there farming kills, farming damage for United. But Na'Vi taking the kills here. They're out there being aggressive. They drive by, take 3 kills from Twisted Minds, right? And also take United down. Like 6 of the points of the 9 here is from the last 2 teams, right? So it is a very passive with the warehouse there, but you gotta hold on to it as long as you can, because it is just guaranteed placement points here. And I'm loving that it's Na'Vi that's able to step up here. They're able to continue having a great day. They might be able to contest the top 2.
And just also really smart, something that, you know, in a casual game you're not going to see. You're not going to see the forethought to leave Alia behind and do a 3-man crash against a 4-man team, who you know is one of the best in the world. And they had the hubris to go ahead and do it and take that risk. And that's ultimately why they won, because they were down 2 and United could do nothing about it. Here's the numbers as they stand right now. Twisted Minds is in the lead with a whopping 153 total points. Prize pool for them north of $1 million on the line. 17 and E United are actually getting significantly closer now.
What was it that Batulin said about 17 yesterday? Somebody had to go after him to stop him from collecting points. Maybe 17 is looking at that interview and thinking, you know, Twisted Minds kind of running away with this thing. Maybe we should go after them as well. So,
Zašto mi se ovak slika ovoga čovječa?
Twisted Minds, final day, Miramar, all things that they do really, really well at. And again, just collecting more points here today.
They're too good at Miramar. Yes. We expect this to continue, right? We're talking about a 12.6 points per game in the final so far, Miramar, and they continue to put up numbers. 17 Gaming doesn't kind of start already now in this next game here. It might be too late for them.
And that's what it's all about. You see the trophy, you see the PGC logo, the climb is on. Na'Vi does now put themselves into a conversation, because if 17 continues to slide, maybe we see a fight for second place. $500,000 plus, and they weren't necessarily in that talk. When we started today, we said, okay, there might be a fight for third. If they have another decent game, not even
Alija, druže moj, otac igrice.
The thing you worry about, I think, if you're some of these other teams, is that snowball.
Als druže odigralo ovo, majke. Gledaj ti njem, druže, Čiburnina srećala, ćeo, druže moj, IQ u njoj 300.
Every shot call was the right one, every shot was hitting. Like, they are feeling on a confidence high right now, and that's going to be spooky for all these other teams.
And for me in this situation here, like, it is so hard when you're having so much pressure, right? It's last day, you know you gotta perform. There's tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars more to be made if you're able to. We saw the updated prize pool leaderboard. It's more than $1 million for first place, 500 grand for second, right? And if you're able to contest that, be able to push through just now here, that would be insane.
You got to take those risks. We saw United do a little bit. We also saw Day Trade come out and take those risks as well. They got a massive kill count and will be making more money because of it.
Yeah, they jumped a few places here, like with $20,000 more in just one game. Can they continue to do so? It's like 40, 50,000 just from having a good day today here, because again, our bottom of the pack and our middle pack is so close still, because the top
se baca kijamar.
Evo upravo sad.
Sad.
Čekaj.
Ne može.
A šta je fazon?
Sad prvi je pen.
Jel pitanje neko, jel?
Ne, pen samo onako, a za bandlove su pitanje.
Hoće li taj?
Ovo je zamal posla bundle kod jebote.
A šta će biti pitanje neko za bundle, jel?
Da, imaju dva bundla, imaju mega bundle i onaj iridescent bundle.
Nećete to će odgovor, tačno prvi.
Hoćeš.
Već. O, pokupio sam pen. Kek.
Jel ozbiljno?
Ne zeba, nisam na igrici.
Daj, ajde, kao, ko je sad uspio brže od mene? Daj mi. Ko?
Sparsi, druže moj.
Halo.
Sparsi.
Ti to daješ kodove već koji su iskorišteni, je?
Da, ja imam 14 penova, vama.
Brix ima kada penova.
Da.
Invalid, pa može sam ja.
Već iskorišten za to.
Vidi, alo, promijeni scenu. Sjebala ti se.
Ma znam. Promijeni.
Bro.
Jes, tačan kod.
Tačan je ljud kod, samo je neko pokupio i zato je invalid kod. Ljud moj, kako je odigrao, ali ja, mislim tim, ko tim, bolest.
Like 17 just said, they just need to play better. They just need to play their game and just kick it up a notch. And well, that first game was not it. And also, I do have to say, I want to say this: Batulin's, he might be playing some real like five-head psychology games, telling everybody that they need to stop 17. Well, now they're the ones that need to be stopped.
Now everyone must come after them. I did see the picture from Batulin's yesterday where it was like, we all love 17. If you haven't seen it on his social media, it's, I think, every single player out of 4 different teams that are all shooting at them at the same time.
Oh, that was just hilarious. I mean, 17 just had no hope. That's just a wide open field that they had to drive through.
Ma ništa, ja se čuvam za pitanje.
Yeah, literally, from the rest of the teams with love.
Znaš koje će biti pitanje?
Ajde, reci.
Kak se zove Danteova mlađa sestra koja mu je cheat nabala?
Dragica.
Željana.
Željana.
Joj, Alija, sine. Što je pomlatio, brat.
Jel me neko zvao?
Jes.
Čujem Alija neko.
That's absolutely outrageously good shooting from Alia.
That's right there. That's how you climb the leaderboard. You need to have your players that can do something like that. We've been talking a lot about examples. Man, all the way, right?
Beautiful. I mean, that's amazing. That might be the play of the tournament. That might be one of those moments that we look back on, and that's when things turned around for Na'Vi on the final day. That's when they were able to gain momentum. That's when they were able to make a run at the championship. And goodness gracious, what a great ending to that game. I'm still just tickled with how fun that was.
Now, I know the players aren't too tickled about this circle, but we do have a lot of space that's down there. The teams can be supportive. There's, yes, some very dramatic drop-offs moving into the coast, but there's also some pretty big hillsides that you can get some vision on. So there's a lot of potential for how we're seeing this game and how it's going to develop. There we go. Hey, we're pretty familiar with Bangkok. We were just over there, so hello, everybody.
Yeah, it's a wonderful city, and the Thai fans are absolutely incredible. So, Day Trade's putting up some good points. Again, climbing the leaderboards as much as they can. And every position matters. I mean, they're at 75 points right now. 8th place is 81. They're 6 points behind that. So, I mean, a big game can change so much money for you as a team. I mean, an insane amount of money just from winning a game here today.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at day trade and wildcard, just one kill. Just one kill. That's phenomenal. It's still blowing my mind how close some of these firefights are. Even going all the way down, we can look at it's FaZe and TE that are tied right now. Like, any game, any kills, anything.
Vjerujem ti, ja se nešto ubagova YouTube chat.
Yeah, I mean those points for FaZe taking out Entropic were huge. It really kept them.
Napišem poruku čovječe i stavim na kraju smiley i na kraju pošalje samo smiley. Uopšte ne pošalje poruku. Da. To mi se 3 dana dešava.
A čekaj, daj mi objasni koji je algoritam recimo na tom chatu kad tipa jučer smo, pa vidio si kak je moj chat izgledao. Recimo kad sam...
A brate, nekom kasno, zavisi od interneta.
Zavisi to, jebi ga od svega.
A, dok podaci stižu brzo do tebe.
A nema tu najbolje bi bilo, shvataš kako je meni, ko je meni prvi na chatu, to je najbitnije.
Da. Sad jebi ga, da li će tebi stići poruka prije ili njemu.
Ima tu i sreće i brzine i svega,
ali većinom brzina.
Nema sretnijeg rješenja.
Jedino da napravimo onaj kurac lakerski giveaway. Da, znaš Amare, naše mislim.
A ono što random izabere kao.
Da, random izabere, oni utipkaju neku poruku u chat, prijave se za giveaway.
To možemo s botom probat možda. Ali jebeš to random.
Ono, 3 minuta prije izlačenja.
Ne, mislim da mogu postaviti čak i pitanje na chatu sa ovim botom. Samo sekundu.
Tu je, ko odgovori prvi tačno da bot izabere ko je. Jel to misliš?
A, ne može to.
Možda.
Ili?
Trebalo da može, ajde.
Yeah, some teams are definitely going to take their times with this, not just based on the looting spots, but also because it's a hard shifted circle. You're going to expect that a lot of the teams with priority are going to get as close to Puerto Rico as they can, which means there's going to be a tight cluster of teams.
Pa vidiš, ja sam
ne može to. Ništa, ide pitanje i čao.
Moderator. Pa ja mogu timeoutat ljude.
Timeoutaš i ti odgovoriš prvi.
Da.
Jebete samo što ja vidim kad timeoutaš.
Da timeout, brig se kikaj.
Čekaj da vidim.
Vež moć budal. Ljud moja, ali ovdje svako mjesto više daje ogromne pare.
Pa da.
Gledaj ti razlike između trećeg i drugog, na primjer.
Pa gledaj razliku između recimo 9. i 4. Znači za 120.000.
A dobro, velika je razlika i po jednima kontaš. Ali tipa ovo, 7., 8., 9.
Pa to ti kažem.
Mislim od 12. do 7. mjesta. Ono, duplo cash, a nije tolika razlika, znači jedan game.
Game i po.
Malo da Entropic treba da popiju neku smirilcu.
Pa evo, pa pogledaj sad imaju centar zone. Znači ne mogu bolje staviti.
Popiju neku tablet da se smire i da krenu. Mada smireno, ne šta jebe ih zona, šta ćeš? A ovo namještaju zone 100%, druže moj. Kaže Scofa, nijedna centralna zona nije bila, druže moj.
Imaju dugme.
Ma imaju dugme 100%, sve se bojimo da taj čovjek što ima dugme da nije batuni. Da nije Saško. Jo, ja sam gladan, druže, gladan sam kao vuk.
Evo malo ti var, ko će da osvoji merch, ko će da osvoji bandlove. Fantazija. Private. Opa. Boga mi Nixi osvaja merch za sad i bundle.
Bog me Spiroga, druže, digo.
Ko su Proximus, Nothing, No One?
To sam ti ja.
Dobro, ve ostale znam.
Ja sam to ovaj Proximus, brate.
Ja sam ti Nothing, No One.
Provjerit će se to, ne morate džaba.
Gdje, kako ćeš ti to provjeriti?
Nema 40 i ja 41. Gle ovo, materi. Nema gdje je Skopić. Skofa 90. Akti su.
Skopić.
Brix 64. Kako si ti fičom?
Pa nothing no one.
Aha, dobro. Ko ima još Danilo 23. Danilo je dobar.
Evo, pitaju te u chatu kad pališ stream, Dalibore.
Ko je Dalibor?
Ne znam, neki lik tamo.
Jo, a ti i dalje pričaj svima.
Ne, bez takve muzike na ovom Discordu, hvala lijepo, molim lijepo.
Ne znam, brate moj, kad palim stream, ne palim ga. Kad Brix da bundle, free.
Neće biti streama nikad, ljudi, znate.
Ja sam upalio, ja sam uzeo ove sve bundle, sam da znate. Ti i dalje priče svima, kako telo Selma ima. Piće da se stara ne zove Selma, pa ne voliš to, a?
Joj, vidi zone. Zove.
This has got a lot of peculiar sections of the map inside of it. I think that we still even have the mine. Yep, we still got the mine inside this circle. There's a lot of very, for lack of a better term, ratty positions that you can play here.
Yes. That is one thing you really have to be aware of, especially with the way that this lobby's been playing. That there are rats all over. We already saw it a couple times here so far. Lou, though, stuck between two crates, out in the open with Flood. He's got the beat, he's got the knock. That should be the flush.
I know a lot of eyes have been drawn.
Ja kad vidim da ovaj Hambino komentariše nešto za PUBG, četrčina propala.
That was well played coming up from Lou. He wanted to try to avoid the freaks, get himself
Ja,
into
vadmo
a safe
gas
position,
igricu.
but Flood just had an angle. Those two crates just kind of closed in on each other.
O, umrla dvojica od
Yeah,
Twins.
that's tough. That's just a kind of
Od
unexpected
Twinsica.
angle for someone to have behind Lou there, and now Perfectix and Spyro trying to get into recovery mode, but already Example doing more damage here to them. He's finding the angle right underneath
Ajde,
that car.
Example, na bodga to ti je konkurent je bio maj.
A ti i dalje priče svima. The rest of the members are still kind of scavenging, trying to find their way through, and there you go. 17's going to go ahead and find themselves a nice little cubby to hide in.
Yeah, take the caves to keep those cars safe. And you can see our throwables damage leader is Xiaowu. And then Soul. Soul is leading in AR damage and in second place in throwables damage. Absolutely insane performance that those two players have been showing us so far as Twisted Minds finds a little bit of a divot here.
I wonder where he buys his backpacks at, because they have to carry a lot of weight.
Soul?
Yeah. Okay, well, Twisted Minds coming in. They are inside the circle. They do have...
O, gdje si popio balan? Popio. Popio, da, popio. Ajde, Vart, brate, na bodika. Nemoj klip ti. Vart. Aj, jeste, iloši majko is.
They actually don't find that knock. They had a pretty good opportunity. Just not quite able to convert as Navi sends Mel out early to get some info. Now he's going to run into Entropic. It took a little bit longer than
U centru zone.
I expected in a way because I got
Glava
by
ti u
the
centru.
X-ray on the observer.
Stara tu.
Entropic should be pretty comfortable. Mel looks like he's just going to try to go for sound cue information.
Gonna hide underneath the ramp. Oh, okay. Nope, just gonna find themselves.
A što vrijeđa ovog lika na PUBG Esport mapi?
Koga?
Pa lik ima jednu radnju, to je znači zoomat mapu, ne radi. Ljudi mu spamaju tu sa strane da zooma.
A da, sigurno ne radi sam to, drugo.
Šta treba raditi?
Speca, evo zoomuje lik.
Ljudi, više nemam jafa keks.
Tell you what, if there's anybody who could do it, I certainly believe in them to find ways. And 17, yes, center circle, but these games can be dicey, man.
Ček je da i jafa keks.
Evo i
centra. This goes back, ping pongs over to the east now.
Koja minuta tebi gore?
Brate, Ja mislim da je sjebano ovo malo. 13, 47, 48, 49. Ali ja mislim da mapa ide brže. A ne ide isto vrijeme.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm sure they talk a lot about strategy and tactics and those kind of things, and yeah, wild card is going to be right behind FaZe. Now it looks to me like FaZe is taking a moment to stop up, maybe setting a bit of a trap. The overpeakers are just chilling on the northeast edge here. They are going to have to find some space. I think there is enough underneath EU that they can settle up. TE in the vicinity as well, as they're going to lose Ninja 2K, and there's that fight between FaZe. 17 though, taking some damage. We're going to be focused on them a lot, and that's a knock there from Ivis.
Yeah, this angle is not going to be enough to
Daj, završi ga.
Daj, završi ga Ivas, jebem mu mišu.
Iskrvarit će.
Aj, ukrade. Dobro je. Uba je moj. Bravo, Uba.
Dobro je, bog te. Halo.
Ajde. Trebaju mi ti bodovi. Ajde Luka, flašaj to. U stvari nemoj ti Luka. Te Uba nek flaša pa ti ubi ostalo.
He's got one. Is it the magic nade? Is it going to be enough? There are some vehicles over there, so if he can creep into this, there's a lot of bullets coming at their direction. It's going to be hard to hear the footsteps. He can line in, knows roughly where they're at. Okay, he's got some support. Let's go ahead and make the red zone in 17. You've been having some troubles in the early game, and it's going to keep on continuing.
XHO, the only one left here. A sliver of help.
Tako je.
Done. It's actually going
Povuci
to be
nazad.
Isaac
Bježi.
with the bolt. And 17 Gaming, a dangerous dive into the center dip, finds their death.
Navi and E United starting to taste the capabilities of what? About another $125,000, $200,000? I don't know. A ton of money as a weekend 17 out early a second time.
That's no points for 17. That's heartbreaking. I mean, I guess if you're 17, the only thing you can kind of rest on right now is so far Twisted Minds haven't done much and they're down 2 players, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm telling you, those 2 players, you never know. They could pop off, put up quite a few points. FaZe still has wild card kind of trapped here on this edge. Adam has Helen sneaking up right behind him as well, so things getting a little bit spicy on the southwest edge.
Yeah, this is just going to be the third.
Ovo je već drugi loš game za 17.
Pa, ali loš je game i za Saška. Joj, Helenu drag, jeboli me klik koji sam kliknuo tvoj mik kad sam birao tim. A, sam mislio da si ti druže.
Šta po tvom momika treba tu noknut sad negdje, a? Evo, pade ti Helen.
Joj, Helenu, ti si druže, ti si glup koji 3 točka.
Ne kaže se točak.
Kotač, jel se kaže kotač, jebem ti, sve ti jebem retardirano. Jebem majku. Kotač, tokač. Joj, jeboja majku, sve je moguće.
There as Overpeakers is going to send it down. They can't even make it in the circle yet as EU United is still gatekeeping in a 2-2 just to the south of them, and they're putting in work, and really Overpeakers doesn't have too
Bilo bi dobro sad da Twisted ispadne.
To the north of this one, and I don't know how he really wants to move through it, because even if he comes down to the south, really it's just going to be who can steal the kills, and Flood does manage to pick it up.
That's FaZe forward.
Skrvario.
Damage in this game. He might be vying for that 1K club. We'll see. He's on pace to potentially get there, as he is going to be running back up to his teammate to, again, reinforce the position ahead of them. 2-2-ish split in the small compound there.
Smijem ja škurna.
Entropic, knowing the situation, knowing they have 17 just in a awful position for 17, in a great position for them.
Ti I dalje pričaj svima, kako te veselima ima.
Epitome of dead to rights there. They knew exactly where to put him. It was just surgical, just dropped it right on top of their positioning. Twisted Minds is playing pretty close to that E United line as they have managed to regroup. Overpeaker still is just out in the blue, trying to figure out how they're going to come into this one. Mexi does at least manage to move next to Cerberus, so might have themselves a pathing into this one, depending on how they want to go. It's not going to be easy by any account.
No doubt. There isn't much space on the edge anywhere.
Hello.
Kind of
Yellow.
Eastern half of the circle. All of the edges taken, all the compounds are controlled. All
What's
of
up,
the space
mate?
has been
Kako je, kako je?
How are you, a good?
Šta je ovo, neki centar, neki killovi?
A.
That is so good. Now then, the problem with it is his two buddies are in a phase 4 blue. It's going to take them some time to come over here and regroup, and even if they do get here, they're going to be pretty hurt, so there's not much the Mexican can do onto this one yet. TE hears this, and it looks like they're wanting to swoop in to see if maybe they can pick up some kill points.
All right, let's see if they can finish the job. Mexi still stunning, preventing the res.
Oh.
I don't know if they've heard him.
Yes.
They have not heard him. He saw him. He's going to get the 1 point. Holds the angle, expecting the push, and he still gets another 1 HP.
But the blue took
Jebem li ti Helen majku, kinesku, poušu. Izvinite ljudi na stream.
Halo.
Jak se zovat? Ja odok.
Sorry, stvar, ljudi nisam namjerno. Pogodlo me, ne mogu.
And they're going to send it down. We'll have to keep an eye on that one and see if they can get some reses in as Dano is going to get eliminated. Twisted Minds now spots out Na'Vi and wants some vengeance for last game.
No doubt. I mean, Na'Vi is just, making sure that no one's pushing in from their south. I see a lot of attention being put that way, and now they have their eyes once again on Twisted Minds. Want to finish them off. Another game in a row example. A ton of damage there. Nothing but a tree and a headshot there.
Bravo, ajde Uba, nabodi to perfektno. Tako je. Ide mladi Ubaha. Tako je. Kako se on zove?
Ivan.
Je li Ivan, jel da?
Uba,
doktor.
John.
Aj ne ser da s ovu radu. Ivan Kapustin. Jesi vidio što Rusma nema zastava uopšte? A zašto ima Lu Batulin i ovi?
Bravo, Luka.
Alija, na Wikipediji Alija, Example i Ubah nemaju zastavu, a Batulin, Lu i Tab imaju. To su tu. I ovi question mark svi imaju zastave ruske. To ova trojica, a vjerovatno zašto igraju za Navi, pa onda zato.
Basically wiped Dono out of this game.
United looks like they're trying to move aggressive. They realize where Na'Vi is going to be positioned. I'm pretty sure.
Bravo, Ivas.
This is going to be the battle for second place and a ton of money on the line. Trying to move in. United can't get a clean pathing into this, and it's going to be due to Entropic and the position that they're trying to hold down. United still just kind of out in the open. They have some high ground. That also means that QM can kind of see. Na'Vi has a much more comfortable spot for right now, but they still have.
Brate, šta igrat u ovoj zoni, ovo je bolesno.
Yeah, the real kind of issue here is how is exactly this team right here, the Freaks, going to play this. They're fanned out across the hill line. They've kept themselves out of the vision range of Entropic, at least for now. And now United pushing in down this valley as they have 2 members of Cerberus who have found their way ahead.
Mali.
Di si, brate moj? Kad će kravata i bijelo dijelo?
Ma kvitat će mi ja da napravio katastrofalnu grešku.
Jel, šta je uradio?
Prodao mi je svog najboljeg igrača.
Slučajno, jel?
On nije slučajno, dao sam 120 miliona.
To je bila neka Trump.
Nije bila Trump.
Bravo, Luka Ruks.
A, bio je Biden.
Tamo gazi.
I, jel već skonto da je pogriješio?
Pa nije, ali vjerovatno očekivao da će moći dovesti bolje, a nisu htjeli prijeći jer je malo klub i sad je u gol.
Napoli mal klub.
Pa u odnosu na one igrače što je on htio. Bellingham, Sjala i ti.
Nemoj Ivane ti da umreš, sam nemoj ti.
Ovo je dobra zona.
Vidi Alije.
Nemoj, joooo. Ju, Melman. Melman, gazi. Jaši budale. Ajde, Zemplak, ti ovo ne riješiš, neće niko. Ma, ide Kalaš. Ide pičku lijepu maternu. Reži Uba. Ej, do ti lijepi pičke materne.
Ma daj.
Daj, kurac. Jebote, Melman više od kucaja imao nego kad sam ja trčao ispred damice malo prije.
Sad je rane obrnuto, sad svi ovi na topu mrtvi, ovi dole živi.
Neki sam Entropic živ tu je bitno.
Ako QM vina, može biti drugi.
On će biti drugi skoro.
Ma na kraju, ne mislim ovaj G.
Brate, nije loš ni OP, a nisi final nijedan meč, jel da?
Jesam,
Zar nisi jedan
jučer.
vina?
Jesi final? Jesi?
Jučer, da.
Jeste li pare i dalje dižu ili je ista cifra ko malo prije što ste slali?
Čini se da si ista. Šta će vidjeti?
Isto je,
Jeste,
mislim.
Ma ja mislim da je završeno s tim. Finalni dan, gotovo.
Šta?
Još ti fali onaj crowdfunding i to je to.
Ne, nego je dodat crowdfunding budalo.
Pa dodanje, Filipe, ne bi bile,
Lik samo
ne bi
kokice
bile
jebe.
rane. Ne bi
Ne,
bile
bile
dvije cifre
decimale.
u dolar jebut.
Bez
Šta je dodat?
crowdfundinga je... Da, bez crowdfundinga je 16. mjesto 20.000.
A ovo je sa crowdfundingom.
Da.
Aha.
Glejicija. I ovog Šimboja. Ljudi se pretvorili, druže moj,
U žbunj.
bušnji. A ti i dalje pričaj svima. Gledamo.
Koliko question mark ima advantage ovdje
Ovaj će umrijet. Ovaj će odsam. Jes, ti glup.
A ovog ja imam na fantaziju,
Jes.
Aj, evo te, da, evo.
Druže.
Aj, evo.
Aj, evo ja, vaj. Ajde, Ajva, Sten. Do something.
Bombice stižu.
Joj, kubeta, kako mrecka, mrec. Neka 20 reći neki da.
O, brate, oni nisu ovo...
Ko bi poobičajno na koljenima.
Ja, 20 zove.
Viš? To je da.
Nemam ja Jeff i sobom, ne znam Jeff. Aj, maseš mi ruke otkud.
Aj, daj kod bandla pa ću pisat, ček, aj.
Pasla,
Aj, hvala brat, ti. Ček da vidim da li je dobar.
A zar oni nisu trebali ići ovam, ovaj dip desni?
Radi bandl, tu amare zvjerko, volite brat, sad ću
To ne, trebaju pobit question mark.
Pa sad, ali nekad ranije dok nije KDF došao.
Pa mogu, on još uvijek tu.
Ova stijena.
Ma mogu vala dolu. Sad mogu govno.
Sad...
Hikaru čuva, druže.
Gledaj sad kužiš koliko su oni krenuli se pušat gore prema question marku i sad su se zeznili.
Aj, shut the fuck up, šta ti znaš?
Što si rekao da ih trebaju pobit?
Pa trebaju njih gore pobit, vidiš da su odustali.
Ma
su
ne,
povukli nazad.
Fića, ne možeš zadovoljiti Fić, druže.
Molim.
Ma nemoj ti meni
Mogu
molim.
sam malo grožđa.
Ma šta si mogo, nisi ništa mogo.
Ti Scofa nisi na poslu.
Ne,
Pa ne radim, ne.
Nedelja moraš radit, čovječ. Kakav si ti tu?
Kakav si ti
Ne
to
radim
Srbin?
kad je svjetsko ne radi.
A ne radi se.
kad je hrad takav?
U 8. I to derbi odmah, ko pobjedio svoj će.
Šta glupost, kak je 8?
Ukoliko?
Upet, čovječ.
Jel ozbiljno? Fakat, šta je bilo? Šta si pojela plastelina, jel?
Je, dobar je plastelin za želdas, druže moj.
Ma ljudi moji.
Slow, quiet, as how Entropic are wanting to move into this one, just narrowly on the other side of this hill.
Ova mala beba je mala.
Two members for Freak still holding
Ne
this
smijem
line.
ni reći.
QM to the top. Now I want to point out, as we see the center,
Molim?
are weakened teams that are going to be in the thick of it, as 8C finds himself right next to the center of the dot.
Yeah, absolutely. 8C's sitting pretty because everybody's fighting around him.
Ljudi pitaju kad će BPL kod nas admini djecu imaju.
Šta je rekla?
Kad će
Da.
dijete u školu, to pitajte.
Bravo!
Hajmo QBE.
Ne. A daj.
All the way down to the southeast, but while this is happening, it's going to be QM moving into day trade's position as well. Lash K does get a knock on a Lukarux.
Ima neka greška na streamu.
Puci ćemo gledat, hajde sjeti. Šta je ono tamo? Evo.
Sad kad kaže Los Leones.
Šta je ono tamo? Ne znaš. Ma reci ti njima jednom šipkica.
Šipkica prava.
Molim. Koje? Što radi tamo? Leži
Imboja.
There is a moment that can happen, but he has to be careful. QM is going to be coming in this, dropping off some nades right in front of him. Shimboy can bounce at any moment. Right now, he just wants them to fight amongst themselves.
Grođe tajn.
Day trade is going to go down. Now going to have teams on both sides lined up against each other. It's going to be a battle for the top of this one, but Belmont has had some big plays. Oh my god.
Pa moglo bi se vinat ovo.
Entropike ima sve 4 up.
Da,
Pa
da.
to ti govorim.
Da, ide gas. Gazi,
Ajde,
pali.
treba ovaj win, treba win, hajde.
Lijepo. Bjebaj masu.
Evo jebim ti, da, Rinok.
Oš piva. Ma ne znam ni ja.
Reci
Što
jednom
nije nijednom
pikom.
entropi pokazao? Evo, klube. Oj.
Reci Brix.
Oj.
Jedino Kube živ.
Da.
Da, ma gotovo.
Evo. Ne jebo ga, da.
Ma.
Gle Shinboja, materi. Gle ladan ko špricer, druže, 65%. Gle materi, druže.
Ma da, de ti gucni malo Red Bulla.
Odmah ću ga nok.
Ne.
A ne laži. Gledaj na kraju kad face uzme.
Još gori je za entrop.
2, 2, and 1 coming into this one, and technically 2 of those are down right now. What a reaction.
Daj mi ovaj kod za pan.
Molim?
Daj mi kod za pan.
Nemam.
And then somehow, some way, AT has found his way into this endgame scenario. That Molly got Yuppie. He is done.
Trying to run away right now. TMA is going to just
barely hang on. I thought they got him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ajde, seriju, bacio molotov u njega, druže, nije umro.
So a big fight for them. FaZe still clinging to life right over here. This patience that FaZe has been holding for so long is actually potentially going to turn this game on its head.
That is unbelievable. Yuppie with just 1 HP holding this angle. They sprint around the corner. That's one. He's got the flush. Got 14 bullets left in the clip, but almost no health. AT comes in with the grenade right at Belmont. Does decent damage. Stuns are out. AT looking for the finish.
He saw it. He's prepping up the nades. It's going to be Belmont that does hit, but that nade lands right in front of him.
Bolesno.
Nije i druže, pruno čitav game i vinu.
Da. A dobro, GG.
A big one for them, and you know, they may not be winning PGC this year, but certainly they are going to climb the leaderboard and earn themselves some more cash. You'll love to see it.
Dude, I kind of feel bad for day trade.
Na trenutak sam pomislio da je ono... Na trenutak sam pomislio da je ono Stevie, onaj 2K iz CSGO-a u publici.
Ovo bilo bitno da se igra winner in check winner format.
Da, ali se ne bi ovak igralo.
Gledaj, so far jest gadan, druže.
Daron je njegov daily komentarisanje muškaraca.
Baš.
Znaš da moram pljunut uvijek nekog od njih.
I know a lot of the 17 fans have their eyes more glued to that Erangel side of this as it's been...
Realno, druže, ne skoro ružni, druže. Jedino onaj entropik naš, druže, to je normalno. Zašto su rođen na Balkanu, druže. Ovo ostalo, druže, znači je retardirane. Gledaj ti na što to liči.
Nek si ti, Beka.
Tekle sam ovog, druže, moj božjeg.
Uposljednika.
I wish I had a bush right now to hide in. You want to talk about the complete opposite to the ending we saw in game number 1? Holy moly! But I mean, I don't think I've ever laughed harder than when AC pulls this off and I hear Martin yell "Face Sunday."
Give it to them, you know.
Oh, you know,
that's great. Honestly, this is why I love this area, because the terrain, it's just so unprecedented. Stuff like this is gonna happen. I gotta say though, Shinboy with an absolutely deadbeat of heart rate.
He was dropping.
Komentar, if you wanna be Bush, you need to think like Bush.
While looking at a potential top 4 situation. I'm a little bit sad that they saw him, right? Because they had a res, and he potentially could have been the 8th there, or he could have been in a 1 versus 1 versus 8th. But yeah, it was great. It came down to a 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 2, because Take Me Away decided not to do the rest, right? So that was kind of interesting. That's unexpected, but also maybe could pick them up, but didn't really 100% see.
Ovo je sutra tekmi Engleska i Iran. Ova će biti dobra upit, Senegal, Holandija. Ali nema. No money.
I want to see the heart rates on Twisted Minds and 17 whenever they go out super early, and then right afterwards they see United and Navi both get taken down as well. Now United and Navi both picked up a nice little.
Danas je u 5 tekma.
Still climbing a little bit here.
Otvaranje svjetskog.
Da.
But yeah, I mean they definitely dodged a huge.
Zaboravio sam da je Furma danas.
Nedelja je svanula.
I PU2, po ovoj gotovo već iz početka pušta.
The stadium was yelling and cheering for him in the bush, and they even gave him a little nod. So that was very cool to see, but ultimately comes out to FaZe at the top, got the high ground, easy cleanup after what was a unique game.
Yeah, we'll call it that. We'll call it a unique. You know, again, credit to
seeing so little damage on the top.
I know, right?
It's like less than 600 damage on 3 teams. Like, what's going on here? Yeah, but they fought hard for it. They put out a lot of utility, and Belmont, what a machine! That was insane. He demolished Question Mark towards the end there. What a barrel spray he had on that. Some of the guys there, insane.
And I think that's Day Trade showed up today. They definitely came to put some points on the board. And when we do talk about that, it's because we know we saw those leaderboards and how much money is on the line. Yes, we now know first place is north of $1 million, but everyone in the mid-pack, when you talk about 5th place is 180,000, down to about 9th, you're looking at 92,000. So if you can make these jumps off of one good game, you are going home with a massive paycheck and really a good setup going into 2023. It's going to be kind of a crazy year. We saw a new format coming back into play. Any stability you can create for yourself now is very, very important. Take a look at the top 4 teams. Again, not so much damage, more about position, I guess.
Yeah, we'll call it that. Why not? It seemed like a very, very scrappy game. And again, it's just the terrain just kind of lends to that, doesn't it? I mean, it's just... you think you know where the lines of sight are, but there's just it's impossible to hide from everybody, it seems.
So FaZe Clan does come out in first place. They end up with 4 kills and 14 points because they get the 10 from the win. Day Trade, who hustled as hard as they could, picks up 13.
Brbe sam. Kad će kod, Brix? Daj baci kod kad se vratim, brbe.
Poslije trećeg game, ovo je drugi. To će biti pitanje, dijelit ćemo ovaj iridescent bundle.
Aha, ajde, brbe sam.
Day Trade and Freaks into the late game.
4 teams on 7 points. Just talks to how crazy this game was, right? In terms of both points from placement, and then some of the teams are fighting their way through. Like you're getting 1 point from placement, Cerberus, but you're also getting 6 kills. Then you have 7. All the roads lead to 7, just like when you have 2 dies.
The winning team.
Highlight reel there. It's probably not one you're going to screenshot and send to the boys later on, but you know what? It's a win's a win at the end of the day, and that's a nice 14 points for FaZe.
So they are going to put that up on the board. The second story they're probably going to see when we get to the leaderboard is Twisted Minds and 17 both fell out early. They left the door open to play a little bit of catch up.
Yeah, which means that our mid-pack teams, they're going to be able to jump into it. Look at that. United just 5 points off 17 Gaming. Navi also close to that second place now. Just 12 points. Just one good game for them. But Twisted Minds, they're still in there. They're still 17 points ahead right now. That's one good game. That's basically a win with 7 kills, as we just saw possible from this case here. But yeah, look at all the changes. FaceClan actually did not go out of 14. They started 14th today, and even with a win, they're still in 14th. So now they're kind of rejoining the middle pack right now, and with one great game, they can jump into.
Well, that's the
easily. Look at
pack.
8th place. Like it's only 13 points up to 8 now.
Middle pack is super tight, so that one great game puts them into the chance to play for thousands and thousands of additional dollars. Importantly, up at the top, though, we talked about, will it be a race for third? Twisted Minds has only one more game on Miramar to sort of thrive in their environment. And in that game, they gave up points. We're less than 20 away from closing that gap up and it being a race for first again, Poro.
Yeah, and like I said, I think they were probably, whenever they went out or went down to 2, they're probably a little bit concerned about, I mean, those guys, again, ice water in their veins. They know what to expect in these kind of situations, but you still got to feel like they're thinking, okay, we dodged a huge bullet that time because that didn't go our way, but it didn't go anybody else's way either. So at the end of the day, we got one more on Miramar.
I think it just in this case here, they saw 17 Gaming go out in 16th place. Like, it's a huge release for Twisted Minds. It doesn't matter. They're not going to catch up to us now. We're gonna be able to do whatever they want, right? It wasn't a game where they're able to kind of lose that lead.
All right, well, we are going to take a quick break. The players can go buy some weed whackers so it doesn't happen again. And when we come back, it's time for game number 3.
The dead moon. Dead. Gives me chills every time.
Ajmo. Jel počeo? Nije još.
I know Callisto Protocol doesn't come out for like another week or so, but it feels like FaZe is already playing some survival. I feel like they're the ones that are more like the monster giving everybody else nightmares.
Yeah, there were a couple players doing that in that one. Him and Shinboy just spoiling a few teams' rounds, you know, or very nearly. So that's part of the game. That's why we play them. That's, you know, part of the strategy, part of the kind of intelligence that these players have. And AT had that push for a very, very long time and was able to make it work to find a big win for FaZe. One more Miramar to go, and that's it. We'll be done with the Desert.
Johnny Alcantara skakat sad.
Match 18.
Do.
And this one's a little
Ćemo
bit
da
more
vidimo.
Just a little. I think it'd be alright. But we've been seeing some southern circles, so we can go back over to the north again. I'm okay with that one. I know that a lot of eyes are really going to be drawn on how well Twisted Minds can do inside of this round as they've started to develop a lead, but with 3 rounds left, it's not an insurmountable lead by any account.
But it's getting worrying every game that ticks by, and it's 17 points ahead of 17 right now for Twisted Minds, so, you know, a maybe kind of coincidental number, but still an important one because that's a win in 7 kills, just assuming that Twisted Minds bottoms out, and rarely do they on Miramar. You know, it is very uncharacteristic for them to have a game like they did previously, but so far we'll see if they can bounce back. FaZe, yeah, hey, you're up in the 14th again. You just made yourself a little extra cash. Now you're right in that kind of
A mogla se još 10-ak bodova izvući.
Da, baš šteta.
Yeah, just a couple of kills, tens of thousands of
Dino,
dollars.
koja zona? Ajde.
Zona će biti hacijenta.
Ja kažem power grid.
There's some more opportunities for second, or technically third,
Ah,
fourth place
ti
right now.
boga.
This is a pretty friendly circle. that I
Lik je
think
ubao u šestarom.
Yeah, we see this one a few times in this event, so maybe this time we'll get it to avoid that area.
to si
to the
vidio
southwest
prije.
of water
Jebi
treatment.
se.
Kako sam vidio bog
Ma,
te
vidio
mazno,
si,
jeste
vidio si.
normalno.
Vidio si prije.
Yeah, you can see
Nešto
that
kasne
on
ovi iz
Miramar,
režije.
yeah, it's going pretty good for Twisted Minds. They are just absolutely dominating on this. United has been having a great time in this map totally, no doubt.
looking into this one, okay, we've got all
Brate,
of
ovo nije
the
dobro, ovi
tried
što
and
su
trues that
zadnji
we've
svi u
talked about
centru
several times.
zone.
We've got the Death Star trench in here. We've got
Ma nema
Memphis
to
with the
veze.
high ground finish that we had before.
Sjećaš se da je Entropik onda vino game na ovu zonu, a skakali u čumu krali auta, pa se vozili u monte. Na kraju vino.
Yeah, everybody should be pretty familiar with this circle at this point in terms of what's in it, what can happen. And,
Dobro, ima i tog
we've seen
nešto.
it a few times, so just gonna wait and see how the teams want to approach it. So far, I see nothing too super interesting. Nobody's really done anything crazy. Phases Gustav is probably the kind of most interesting piece of this situation right now, as he has reached way out to the south of Cruz de Valle, ahead of his team. 17 is still looting inside of Picado. Twisted Minds is Power Grid plus the two God compounds that are on the outer edges of the Power Grid mountain. And those are kind of your interesting facts. E United as well, off to the east. There are El Azahar, but they're not just solely outside, they've just got Flood there.
Prijatelju, pa ti si mrtav.
Not again.
No,
not like this. Not like this.
I don't know. Like,
what is with TE today?
I don't know. Did overpickers like come and like steal their breakfast?
Naravno, niko ne umire više od Jamesa.
Da.
A kill here or there again is very big for.
Hoće li ugledat otvoreno šta, je li bilo šta otvoreno?
Yeah, no, I mean everything is every point counts for TE. They get $9,000 more if they're not last. So
they're not even moving. Yeah.
Bolesno.
What can you do there?
Ali ih će razbiti tamo sve. Mislim, ja bi razbio.
It seems that they're just going for these trap plays early to get any points they can. With Entropics, pretty good game in the previous one that brought them right back up. TE now up into 15th, but
koliko već puta da je ovak došao negdje i da su ga dočekali? Pa sigurno negdje 4-5 puta.
Ja bi ga u Evropi, znaš, ono koji su kampovi uvijek lira ovdje, ne znam.
I find very interesting about 17 on this map, while they are still 17 points behind, and that poetic nature of what we're looking at. There are Picado team, and this is a map that they don't necessarily have like the best.
Vidi hito ga je.
And I find that to be kind of interesting. They kind of have the inside track to get whatever they want and how to handle it. It just feels like the map itself is a kryptonite for them to deal with.
Sure. And it's only been a recent thing. This isn't a historical problem for them. This isn't something that I've seen them struggle with up until PCS 7 Asia, really. So it just seems like they're not as comfortable. They're not feeling the timings. Their movements are a little bit off, and they don't seem to find positions that are safe very often, especially when they make center circle dives. It seems that they get either chewed up along the way, or when they hit the spot like we saw in the previous game, they just get into a position that is pretty easy for other teams to punish.
Again, E United is moving in pretty close to the center already, as Snaker is going to be the tail end of E United's front that's going to be coming in.
Koliko Navi ima ovaj kamp? Što nije ovaj Expendables uzeli to?
Ne možeš sve.
Ček da vidim da su oni splitali uopće.
As we have seen, be so
Aha.
useful for them on this map.
Yeah, this is just the Twisted Minds playbook 101. They love to do this.
Opet Navi ima skoro dva najjača kampa u zonu.
Maneuvering and when and all those other things. I mean, it's all part of the mental calculus that Batulans and the rest put into those supercomputers of brains they have, and output great results on this map time and time again. So, love to see it.
Aj tak, gdje ti je jastuk? Zar nisi donijela menkani?
No, well, no, yes, but it's actually not that bad downhill. It goes pretty fast. Yeah, Sparking's in the bus. No other choice there, of course. If you don't know why buses are bad, well, there's a whole bunch of reasons. Nobody really wants to be driving those if they can help it.
Going up the hills in Miramar in a bus is about one of the worst feelings I think that I can ever find.
Yeah, and being off-road is also horrible. It's got huge windows, like you just mentioned. It's slow. Doesn't have a lot of torque in the wheels, so its acceleration is bad. It's a whole lot of bad.
That's Lambu found himself a nice little, I guess, rock that's going to pop him for a second, but he's just going to continue on his merry pathing. Most of our teams are kind of leaning into that center-western direction, where we do know the God compound is just south of water treatment, that hillside. It's got a lot of strength to it, and we've been seeing the circles generally go that direction, so not too surprised off of that already.
No doubt. Now, Sparking has gotten out of the bus and has gotten dangerously close to Wildcard. He's being shot at from behind. He's being pushed into this. He might just get taken down. Jan Nikos is ready and waiting, along with Waikikamuka. The reinforcements are just shut out.
Oh, brate.
Man, that was just fast. There's not too much they could have done on it. So now Wildcard do get control over this area. Nailip is pretty close and did hear that, but I think that we're probably going to see everybody reconnoiter and get back together.
That's just, Sparking was already under pressure, and there was already a team ahead of him. He's just bad place, bad timing. Greg shot on his own.
Yep. Hey, remember that thing that you guys just did? Looks like it's now being done to you. Now you have to be pretty careful with it, as it looks like Greg Shot is just trying to sneak away. Cow is going to get into a point, provide some type of support, so it looks like they're going to try to get
Oh,
over the wall.
lik je fail.
And actually, no, Greg just says, I'm going to take this. This is my house, buddy.
Hello?
Oh my god.
Uuu.
Almost got the knock on the Hobbits as well. The Molly at the bottom of the
Oh
stairs.
my
Na
god.
svaku igra Gregulja, a? Šta je ovo najlupao? Šta?
Question mark. You thought that you had this compound. Now a doozy's going to be rolling in, and what are you going to be able to do with this now? Is it's just going to be quickly resetting.
Ne, druže, ovaj moj Dante padne, hasleti, znači lik već u letu umiri.
Nothing's going to do too much off of it. As another Molotov just to continue to stall that push.
Yeah, and it's just stalling on both sides, and nobody can really find much footing. This hallway is, as we've seen time and time again, very dangerous, very tricky to get through. Another Molly from
Razalika nema.
buying time for themselves. A doozy
Ne znam.
looking to see if he can get one in the side room.
Nešto mi je dugo crven.
Rezno, rezno.
One might have just been off, and you can get up on top of the
A Duzi kriva soba, prijatelju.
for Greg Shot to avoid any further damage. Had a Molly landed in there.
This is so much utility being used right now. Nate is going to do some damage, but nobody wants to go down the hallway, and we all know why. Longhouses are the suck. It's going to be a doozy with an angle in, but it is going to be exchanged. One down. Looks like you're going to go ahead and go for the flush. Defended down that hallway. Now, Hobbits, where are you going to go? You going to go for vengeance, or are you going to go for safety? Looks like it's going to be vengeance.
Yeah, this is the right play. You got to go for the win here. See if you can get the 1v2. Gets a bit more damage. Going to reposition off of it. Try to catch him on the long with the pre-fire. But somehow Hobbits hits him on the cross. Barely Nikos wins.
Wow, that was way too close for wildcard's comfort.
Zaman.
Both players taking the pre-shot in.
A šiša ti to, oni već imaju 6.
I thought Hobbits was going to get that for a second. I mean, they knew he was going to cross that door. They pre-fired it, and he still somehow got that shot. He must have hip-fired or something there. That was absolutely nasty.
Again, Batulin's monitoring everything, planning out their next set of moves. They do have Freaks that's running a 1-1-2. That's going to be Ian all the way over in Power Grid taking shots at him, just, I guess, cuz.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
You got nothing else to do. You're way out on the western edge. The Freaks literally control about
Ajde vidimo di će nam zona.
space, maybe even more now, almost 2. And they are just waiting to see where this one goes.
Top!
Northeast.
Ajde Iva se.
Switch, and now you can see we're going to have a rainbow of rotation coming in.
Ajde Iva se obići tu planinu.
Aj, molim te, vidi da je ono free.
Ako dođe do beta, doće face prije.
Prvi ide.
Ne, doće phase, ali mogu oni ono baš malo gore prema
Onda
nordu.
se popni uz ove planine, ma ja imat ću on šta za igrat, doće do tog kampa gore. I ovo je dobar game, ako se dignu do 70, 80. Da je Vinat kontaš s 8 kilova, baj, da dođu do 80, odmah možeš stići 10 timova.
Da.
Popping shots to see if he can get any damage into Donawa here. Bit far for the SKS.
I am going to point out Hacienda does have Twisted Minds and 17, both right next to it, and that could be another potential brewing interesting fight. We've seen the fact that whenever they get compounds right next to each other, some very dramatic fights can happen. I do also say that this feels like the Freaks game so far. They do manage to get themselves about 1.5 kilometers of space, and the circle just goes the exact opposite.
Ne laži.
Lambu just barely outside of damage range on that. This is rough for Donawa. They are in a slightly exposed spot, almost within grenade range of FaZe. If FaZe reaches out of this compound just a little bit further, they'll be able to get grenades into Donawa territory. Potentially, Twisted Minds settling up in the southeast Hacienda warehouse as a push Cerberus' Tycon away. He doesn't want to take a fight by himself, and I think that's pretty wise.
While this is happening, I want to point out
Jel brikolja tu?
Jesam.
Jesi ti izabri nekog da će Vinat to voditi?
Kako misliš?
Pa
Pa
pikemo.
nisam.
Ja imao, hajde rekao, no znaš da možeš čekat jedan dan.
Ja.
Sutra dan zaboravi.
Klasika. A nisam ušao u igru. Kurac. Odigrao s vama ono game 2 možda. Mislim, ne znam, jesam ikad s nekim drugim odigrao game.
Bravo, oni imaju ovaj kamp.
Klasika. Mini fić. Joj, mami, šta nosi?
Waiting and the pausing on it. Now I have a song that's just going through my head the entire time while this is happening. But it looks like pretty calm other than this.
Is it a Blink-182 song?
It is.
Oni imaju top
So
zonu.
thank you for that. That's going to be in there probably the rest of the day. So if I end up saying something along those lines, I'm trying to get back at you.
Say it ain't so, Matt.
Okay. All right. You just wrecked me on. So slow and steady wins the race. It looks like as the Freaks do manage to find themselves again another big section of control. It's going to be to the northwest this time.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there is at least some space right now in this circle. If it goes to the northeast, it starts to cut out a lot of compounds and things where you start after playing the sand dunes, some of that flatter terrain up there as well. And we're gonna see exactly where this one wants to go.
Pa imaju taj kamp što sam rekao, ako dođu do njega da se nakon.
Da.
Sad valjda neće staući.
Dobro je.
Ha, ispade da je bolje da su gore ostali.
Ma ne, dobro je.
Pa bolji je KDF.
Pa mislim je, ali mislim da bi ovo trebalo shiftat na njih sljedeću. Ne znam.
Može ja više pravila. Puno je bolji KDF. Ne znam da li su mogli ostati dvojica, možda gore, ali rizik.
Da vidimo kud će ova glava rotirat.
That scout, that recon player back as long as you can on that high ground to get you this information. For hard shifts like this, it is so valuable.
TMA, you best be careful. They were coming in right back behind E United, and they've now stopped in this position. They're going to go ahead and prep, realizing the fact that a crash is probably going to be the way that they're going to have to go, or at least a firefight. We also do see just to the north of them, it's going to be Daytrade that ran into a 2-2 positioning. Just over here, you can see that they're going to continue their pathing in now, right next to Entropic. Realize the fact that sight line's going to be open. Now they're just going to have to defend themselves with bullets. Are they going to send it in? Are they going to stop at the hillside?
Hajde, kill.
Ajde. O, zabio si.
Ajde, vadi.
No, that is the worst way to do that one.
Oh!
At least going to provide some safety in E United. My
Mene kasnije izgleda vokt.
Had to get out. He was under pressure and is stuck behind the rock. I don't know if there's any rescue available as he's trying to cut underneath the sightlines, avoids the...
Znaš šta ti je problem? Ne, znaš šta ti je problem?
Pretrčao im, jel?
Da.
Ma da, jebe me neko. Moram refreshat kasnije.
Evo ga, dobio ga je na elu.
Dobio ga je u refreshu, kako ga je ubio? Vidi, ukro im.
Ukrade, da. Bolesno. Jebote led. Ali ne mogu oni ispušat ove dipeve. S tog kampa.
Treba im da se D-trade i KDF gore pokolju, da ostanu jedan up. I onda mogu lako uzbrdo igrati.
Daytrade did wrap while E United was making their push up into the north, so are right above where we see the Freaks playing from.
This is going to be tough for show. Got Hisaki in the bus. Hisaki immediately just takes some shots and is like, no way, Jose.
Šta radiš, bro?
It's slow, it's dangerous, and everybody knows it. You're just... I think everybody's a bit more cautious.
Sad si se ti sjetio pucat.
Leave him alone. Look how bad his life already is. He's inside the bang bus.
I mean, the angles really haven't been great for show there, so a bit fortunate for Cerberus.
Vidiš gore KDF D-trade se pobiše i onda mogu igrat North ovako.
Ako shifte. Da.
Ovo.
Da. Evo ovdje sad treba izvući što više bodova. Može čak i win. A šta prevališ, je buggy. Hoće ga nokat. Lambo ga na kraju nokat.
Opet ovaj moj retard umru zbog auta, malo prije zbog zone.
Himas, jel da?
Da.
Jo, vidi noka sad u buggy.
Sad će lijev za nokat. Ujebote, šta je ovo bilo? Save sam.
No moguće da će crashat phase.
Ti prije na onaj DP United je.
17 has a weird situation.
Više rotire.
Nemaju oni tu šta igrat, ne možeš ovo igrat.
Može.
Ne možeš. Nema šans.
That they can just comfortably find an edge position in TE. They did pay the price for getting here. Yahoo right on top of them, just kind of keeping them at bay with some smokes and some other things. Yeah, they're getting slaughtered.
They tried to pass right next to Tanoa, Cerberus.
Hajde nešto zeleno u kill feed.
At least managed to get out of their vehicles as FaZe's compound is where they had their sights set, but they didn't even manage to get into it. No clean angles from third parties just yet as TMA, I guess, finally manages to reach in.
Yeah, they really want this point on a Diggory. Gustav and Fex cannot reinforce Diggory. He is just done and dusted. They're going to throw a molly here. Fex should be able to heal. He's hoping someone was on the outside. They're actually pushing up through the middle.
Ovo je sad play što je expendable što su napravili.
Ne moguće da ga ovaj mali ubio.
Ne znam.
That's going to still have Durans right next to them as FaZe Clan do manage to eliminate TNA.
Yeah, but now you've got TE there as well, and maybe other teams considering trying to crash.
Ode twisted.
Ubio on je ovog lika.
What's he going to do? He's just going to let
He's going to let him go.
I mean, oh, hey. Oh, there we are. You don't have a choice now,
right? Dobra.
Je Bartolin uvijek.
No, to je najgore, to je najbolje za twist. Kad Batulin umre, ima vremena da ja IGL-a.
To sam rekao na G. Još bolje IGL-a.
Ovo je si bacio bombu po noge.
Neće ne oni ni 17 kao uzeti nešto puno. Ovaj United je trebalo očistiti.
Nemaš kak, bravo najlup. Brate.
Jebote, ti to je shift.
Ma nije shiftalo, jer.
A dobro, mislim od njih.
And that is a massive benefit for Twisted Minds, as one throwable could just absolutely destroy them right now, but the Freaks can't do anything. With all the smokes down, they just kind of have to watch and let this happen.
Ma moraju očistiti United. Isusu spojera.
Oh, ti boga šta.
Bravo, najlup je dobio knock na Snakersu. Ubio ga je. Bravo.
Još su dvojica. 17 kad se spojili.
Navi je živ.
Što je tu dobro?
Pa zakuvat će se vrh.
Pa dobro, eventualno.
Ma ne mene tuć.
Ovi ljudi nisu sa utilityjem normalni, vjerujte mi.
Ma čovjeka je tu Meksića.
Mehulja.
Mehulju privlači.
Ola, uš.
Nije sa Mehuljom da se sprdaš kontakt.
Znaš.
Znaš, kaj ne? Bum delul, ja.
Bravo, egzempl. Bravo, uzeli su 2 kila.
Jel mi to ukru od šajvu ovu?
Da, je. Da malo prebaci ono gore.
Jedan up iz EU.
Ivas je u noko još jednog.
Ne, nego je ukru kill.
Od Rela, jel da?
Da.
To je dobro, ide Xeron u bodaru.
Ne dobiješ kad ukrade.
Kako?
Jubačo.
Brate mili.
Joj ljud, mi sljedeći godin igramo LAN.
Da, u Zenit.
U Zenici.
Tibrix pravi BPL LAN, igramo Mig i Vajtan smo finale.
Solo turnir 4 igrača.
Ide Ivan.
Kako igra John
Ivane,
Jovan.
zgazi budale.
Just barely underneath the nose of Navi here as they are fanning out to try to take some more space.
Još ima 4 boda od damage. 5 će sad. Ah ti su.
Looking to find an opportunity to get some heals off.
Čovjek je hodajući damage.
To ti kažeš.
Kako ga Danilo preporodio, ljudi moji, ovo nije realno. Napravio od njega zvijer. Pa kaže 17 dig boards garbage.
Ma da.
Ide crash na 17, a neće.
Neće, ima igrat ove dipove.
Dobra zona.
Da.
To je ovdje dobro.
Pa nije dobro, ništa dobro.
Pa nije dobro da se vi rekao dobro.
Ovo apsolutno ne može, ovo ne može gdje igrat.
Mogu, znaš gdje mogu igrati?
Kod Yahoo-a.
Kod Akada ovog ovdje gore. KDF-a.
Ma ja bi uletio kod Yahoo-a ovdje.
Gdje je Yahoo? Šta je zabolo dole replay? Kad ćemo mi malo da prezentujemo publici kako mi gazimo pub. Ali samo normalno.
Ja ubio 2 skvada.
Kad sam izašao?
Da.
Pa ti zvijer, Fić, ti trebaš igrat solo turnir.
Misliš?
Ma da, 100%, vrat. Ti zvijerka. Ili treba te ostav samog da živ. Da drugi ne smetaju, znaš, tebi mi smetamo.
Pa realno, to sam i ja rekao. Ma ne znam ja gdje će oni igrat.
Pa evo, rekao sam ti ja gdje će igrat. Na cestovu će ići. Dead Road.
Da, sad će ih flut skinit.
A će malo sutra, to on je neki... Ma da. Gdje on to ranije skidao?
Čuj, dobro kola, kogod je kola da se ovo igra.
Hvala.
Jebote, nebo kola.
Aj ubi Yahoo-a.
Bravo, Lok.
Et.
Tako je!
Jahulja.
Tako je!
Ne treba nam
Dobro je,
pomjerati
Versa.
satle. Njima je spot prodobar.
Ma Navi će popit ovdje gore lijevo sve.
Ako sam ispika vam naprijed malo. Sljedeći riđak ode. Uba. Evo vijest. Ide fight, sad će ovaj Navi dići, popće ovo sve ovdje. I onda će ostati Entropik i Navi vam na ovoj strani. Gle Greg shot. Ja nade. Jebo ti stream svoju budalastu.
Šta trujiš?
Ko?
Plud umro.
Bravo.
Evo šehlo da bravo.
Tako i vas, doktore. Kuju, Ivos, donosi mi bodove, jebem li ti bjelovarsko sunce.
Vidio ovo je. Kako? Dobro imaju igrat gdje ona Yahoo
Ima i
igra.
on cestu, druži, igra
Da. Nek očiste, nek pošalju 2 dole sad na cestu, a 2 nek
Ma
ostane.
ne šalje nikog.
Nazov
Ma šta?
mamče da im kaže,
Čekaj,
Aj lijevi, zubi nekog.
vidio ovo ima 9,99 damage, gdje je to skupio, majko Isusova.
Pa toliko i bris kad je ubio čovjeka s 0,02 damage.
Nema je lukaru oko levza iz pičke materne.
Druži, jedini lik na svijetu koji je uspio decimal naprav damage.
A to opet su im ukrali kill.
Bolesno.
Sad je Gustavan, oko sad će i njega ukrast.
Neće duboko. Možda oči vidim.
That's what she said.
Aj, svog flash.
Ako ubiju Eci, ja dobit će kill.
Dobio kill. Tako je.
Nakan, kube.
Evo najlupo.
A ne.
Jebo ga, Laško.
Kako?
Imam njega.
Bravo, uba zvijerko,
Bravo.
Dobio još killa.
Flashao si. Aj, nije
Jedan
knock, jel?
HP.
Nemoj najlupe njega ukrasti. Nemoj, let's go.
Ne, znao sam da će se ovdje boriti, da će izaći na open i da će ga napet.
Dobar je, mogu njega dići.
Ma ne znam.
A bitno je sam da ubije ove TA. TA ima kamp, neće on mrda podati.
Zato je kaj mogu dići najlupno.
A samo treba čekat da Hikari mora siđu.
Ne mogu dići najlup.
Ne mogu ga dići, nema
Ne
šanse.
mogu, da.
Ide autom ga dizat luk. Neće. Unlucky. Oda ću u ruku dolu.
Zašto nije moglo ovo odmah?
Pa moglo se, to sam ti
Pa
rekao.
dole igrao onaj solo je bio. Da, bio je
Ubili su ga odmah
je.
kad su
Ubili su on
došli.
njega na početku, da. Ali su
To ti
bili
kažem.
forvent htjeli se očistiti ovo. Ali nije baš uspjelo to. Joj Navija druže, ona je na drugom mjestu.
Da.
Mada ovo će Navi sad da čisti reda. Redaljka. A što je Uba ostao druže? Što Uba nije tu sve čistiti?
Druže, gdje je četvrti navi? Aha, Uba, evo ga na sredini.
Controlish je situation.
Joj.
Here's what's happening. He's just going to continue to play this opposite side, and I mean, he still has a position that he can play from as Entropic and TE are now really going to be the ones that are going to have to move.
Jebote. Ne da,
Dobi
druže, im
ovo
metra,
Genta, ba.
metra zone im ne da, Bog te da
Pa,
igraju.
Pa
Gledaj
dobro je
Navija.
zvono. Jebo.
Ajde ti
Ma
ga
može
malo.
ga dići.
Aj, bi ovo gore. Zabud.
Je, ovo je Expendables, počeo penjat gore, da.
Jebote, doći iznad njih ovaj Kwangdong.
Ja ne idu ovako ništa.
I'd like to see EN play for points here, try to go for damage into Entropic, into TE. He has no real ability to fight Navi unless
No, bilo bi dobro top kad bi završili drugi.
Da, kad bi drugi završili.
Ne.
Znao sam da će ih on vidjeti.
Evo ih.
Evo Niki.
Niki u istoj pozi stalno druže moj.
Nije se pomjerio čovjek kako je došao.
Duck Juice is going to use this opportunity as well as 777 to creep into the circle, though. So all pressure now starting to become in this northern section with the 2v1 duel that's going on between Ian as well as Entropic.
Yeah, here comes the return utility from Entropic, keeping EN pinned on the hill. Once again, the spray just off for EN right now, and now he should be done. Yeah,
Dobro je.
good timing from Navi.
Second place now.
Ajde ubijte prvo ove te banavi, ispoštujte. Akurat s oni imaju igra dole. Gdje će Entropic, druž, nemaju gdje. Da.
Da.
Joooo.
Ma Navi ovo vina gotovo. Uje, a ne znaju da im je lijevo lik.
Aaaa! Boga mi ovaj primjer.
Boga mi, na ubak malo, a?
Uff.
Verte kompter.
This has been their day, and if you're gonna have a day, you need to do it when the pressure is on you, and you can see that has been absolutely
Dobar game su imali.
now it's striking distance in first place.
The experience on this team, the talent on this team is really showing today. You know, in particular, you know, example has just been
A dobro je, dozeli su nešto vodova, jebeška.
been a great player, but in this PGC, it's been something beyond belief.
Oh, look at the extreme excitement on their coaches' faces.
Lyra's just sigh of relief there. Woo!
Oh, we're done. We're done. Okay, well, we've got to get everything set up to move over to Erangel. 2 games now remain. Toffees, Poro, Avenger, give us everything.
What a game as Navi comes away with a double on the day. One more would make it a hat trick and possibly put them in the
Ali Niki druže koji stalno stoji, kad god kamera doći. Iz
My man froze, he hasn't moved for...
For 500 years. Pitanje ide za par minuta, ajde da kajemo 16:10.
Kakvo pitanje? Jel to daš neke jednačine za kode?
Da. Idemo prvi bundle.
other 2 days that they had so far, like yesterday and the day before, they only had 24 and 26 points.
Tell me you're veterans of a game without telling me you're veterans of a game. This is when they had to come with rubber to road, leave nothing behind, and they do it. It is a master's class in how to play the last day.
I mean, just the comeback is so huge right now, and obviously, you know, we're going to be focusing a lot on the top of the leaderboard because that's what's so big right now. But well, yeah, but there's been so much movement all around the leaderboard. I mean, we're seeing every single game, Martin. People are losing and gaining 10 to 20,000.
Dati meni malo, a?
It's insane.
How much did United lose in that game?
40K.
Dati meni malo, a?
Yeah.
Just extremely close still. And also, we have some wild and wonky circles. Twisted Minds, they expected to come their way with that circle, right? We saw them in that compound. We've had a lot of innings close. It didn't, and they had to move. We had a water treatment-esque ending here. An interesting one, too. We just played that so well. They held on to an important...
I kafu dobiješ u ovoj kući, pa ovo nema nigdje.
And took control, stayed Fall Guys alive for a long time.
I mean, you saw that. 17 and Twisted Minds both very sort of
Duć.
close to each other, thinking this is the shift, this is the shift. And when it didn't happen, you heard
Slatko.
well,
Znači, prevrće mi se stomak, sad sam se pojao.
Ajde, Amare, stojim na tastatura, ovdje redi.
16:10 sam rekao, ba lagano.
Da daj mi kod, baj.
Nema korupcije, nema korupcije, prijatelj.
Ajde, bit će kad
Rane,
dođeš tu,
dobit
druže,
će
bit će
kod.
uši sušene.
Evo, gledaj, ludi savat će dobit kod, ja neću.
Ludi sava, druže, od kad to ja nik nisam čuo. Oj, majko, ludi savat. Gdje je taj lik, jel igra isto?
Da, Fortnite.
Jel?
Čekaj, lobo...
Rekao je pitanje.
Molim?
Rekao je lik pitanje.
Jel to
Koje
sad čist?
pitanje?
Pa ne, nešto je promrmlja, jel tak da je nešto?
Ko?
Pitanje, rekao.
Ti si pričao sad sam sa
Naglas,
sobom.
mislio...
Ne, ser. Ma vrate, radim nešto malo. Pa nisam rekao šta je sve.
Jesi, rekao si.
Rekao si drugi koji je glavni grad ako Pitagora pije juče kao.
A, to vidiš.
You look at how Navi just controlled the end game here. I mean, it's just been it is much different than their
Pitanje je...
Ajmo ljudi. Koliko je Amar imao damage-a kad je prvi kill uzeo na Feast?
Kako se zvao tim
0,2.
zbog kojeg je Xeron prodao ovaj Discord?
Posljednji place.
I koji je potpisao za organizaciju. U stvari tražili su organizaciju.
Jel nis naš? Kog druže moj? Ne ga opet mrmolji nešto. Amare, šta je s glavom, jara?
Kako čujete to, druže? Sam sa sobom pričam. A vrate, radim nešto, malo programiram.
Mrmoljiš, druže. Ljudi odgovaraju.
Nisam znao da to radim.
Nije to pitanje, ljudi, šta vam je?
Nije pitanje. Polako.
Nagred ne znaju.
Biće pitanje u chatu, ću napisati.
Pitanje, koja je prva psovka kad ovaj Scofa umre? Počinje na A. Ajde, Amare, postavljaj.
Pitanje na koje nema odgovor. Zašto Dulć igra Karom prvu mečeve?
A Dulć igra prvo mečeve.
Da.
Now, to be fair, both games they did catch circle, but at the end, that's what matters: is can you clutch it out? Can you get that victory at the end? And there you go. You see the overall. But this is what we're talking about on that right side. How close it is from 8 to 14. FaZe Clan.
Idemo pitanje.
Ajmo.
Ajmo da vidim.
Ja znam odgovor.
Znaš odgovor, ne znaš ni pitanje, ajmo ne.
Likova naletlo na Xerona kad se žali u žembi.
Ide pitanje, jel to odgovor?
Ko je juče osvojio bundle, ovaj ne može igrat, znači Softa, sorry.
Ajmo.
Softa džaba gledaš.
Get out!
Out si.
Uzeo spen. Jesi.
Nije uzeo
Nije
pen,
uzeo,
uzeo je
da,
bundle.
znam
Može on
bundle,
igrati
znam.
pen i veliki bundle, samo ovaj bundle ne. Jebi ga da ne dijelimo sve istim ljudima.
Ne može.
Ne može ništa igrat ako jednom dobiju. Meni gdje je njegova nagrada. Hajde, kucaj ga.
Skofa, pišite. Odgovor je BPL. Nemoj sad zvat na telefon, jebem ti. Joj, Dodik me zove, bitnije bundle.
Upog pita.
Ak ti sunce.
O, sam spomaši. Nodi je sve.
Niksi.
Čovjek je jedini odgovorio tačno.
Da.
I ja, druže.
Pa ti mu ne znaš ni nik napisat.
Pa nisam stigo.
Čekaj, ako nije tačno napisano, ne priznaj. Hvala Dovđina, eto čovjek ode sa streama. Zbog tog si došao, jel? Samo nagradu da uzme i da ode. Ne, ponovo.
Ponovo, ne valja ovo.
Ne valja pobjednik.
Halo, produkcija. Može? Kaže, može.
Niko nije stavio dva i...
Reko Nodi da men daš kod.
Daj dokaz.
Nodi.
Čak imaš žalbu od Mouse Fox.
Halo.
Ima Nodi već kod, balan dao mamić, daj men kod.
Ne može.
Evo krenuo je meč, daj, ajmo ljudi.
Namješteno.
Ništa.
Kako je on sad se sjetio Nixija, lik ne igra igrice, druže moj.
Oh my god, free kill.
Da. Namješteno, aj odja s brbe.
Opet srala. Pa nisam im poslao na Discord tut.
Ne rad, molim.
Loptico, nemoj je usta stavljati. Ne moraš u usta stavljati. Evo ti sve, daj drugu ruku. Nema više, nema žuta. Hajde ostavi te tamo pa dođi po ovi.
This one gets a little bit interesting. It's not quite a 50-50, but it's darn close with the river in the middle. It is slightly shifted to the south, so maybe we'll get another mountain finish. We can only hope, as you and I have shared our mutual love for those.
Gdje ćeš i ostaviti? Hoćeš u kućicu? Eto tu dole u kućicu.
Can we get another South George finish? Why not?
Od čega?
Why not? I mean, look at this. Look at these numbers. Between Uba and example.
Eto zvone ljudi. Neki comeback.
Ajde više jebem ti.
Malu 5 kilo. Nije šala.
Sometimes doesn't always get the love that he so deserves, specifically for the team, and he has got a lot of heart into this game and knows it so well.
Yeah, I mean he's a great guy, super nice, super personable, and is really, giving it his all here, as everybody is. But Wildcard, has had their moments for sure in these grand finals. Yeah, they're in 13th, but nobody's really just bottoming out. I mean, look at how close it is. From 7th down to 16th is less than 20 points.
Yeah, sure. That's all I can say at this point. You can't say that anybody is having a bad tournament in this one. It's just that damn competitive.
Right, exactly, Matt. Yeah, it's just so close. I mean, one big win.
Kakva postava Ekvadora, ovo će biti 0-2 lagano.
Teams like United at 17 are going to need them here. I mean, this is, they're far enough back now with only 2 games to go that you start feeling like you either need to have kind of one of those, 13, 14 kills, like second or third places, or a win, and 8 or 9 kills to really feel like you've got a shot going into the final.
Znaš, Damar nikad nije gledao Office, nek samo gleda one mimove i konta da je tako u pregledu. Evo, rotacija, ba na minutu i po. Ko je
Shows final act. I think a lot of fans from his region as well, their hopes, their dreams resting on this team. And out Donawa, Slambu gonna be watching 17 come right in here.
Oh, goes around the corner.
My man.
Bože, sačuvaj. Ovo je poklon bon. Poklon bod. Poklon bod.
Didn't even really get to pull the trigger. He barely got a few bullets out before 17 fully ready.
Malo štimaju, jel? Jebote, život Navi i drugi, ba šta se dešava? Šta ću reći?
Looking to get into it, looking to climb towards maybe 5th, 6th, kind of get into that spot where we saw them finish at PGC 2021.
We talk so much about momentum in PUBG and how important it is, how you feel like you've got that good hand ready to go. You feel like everything is turning up in your favor. Navi, today is their day. Map switches come in. We'll have to see how that momentum carries over, because I know every single eye right now, whenever you're watching that map, it's about how Navi is moving through this, and can they get enough? Can they make the miracle comeback?
It is kind of funny sometimes, Matt, how the map change really does seem like it.
Ako ovo stvarno shifta sad od Entropika, onda ne znam.
Amare. Dobio sam div za sliku. Treba će mi 10 sekundi da je napravi.
Kako sliku?
Makimi. Imam li ovaj BPL logo?
Whenever we get to this stage, no team says the fact that they have a specific map preference or anything else like that.
17 kind of got mad at me when I was like, you guys are doing bad on Miramar. They're like, well...
Whenever you look at it, though, you get to this stage, you will notice the small differences in play styles, in where they do have more strengths and where they do find those commonalities. We keep showing those stats, and they exist for a reason. You can see how sometimes just averaging about 2 points more on Miramar is going to be much, much bigger by the end of a 20-run game.
For sure, for sure. And you can see that the way that they approach the maps and kind of their knowledge of, especially on Miramar, the terrain is super, super important. I think most people have Erangel pretty well mapped out at this point, but Miramar is a little bit more chaotic in terms of just the land, the amount of land, right? The surface area. Yeah.
It's also much flatter.
Yes.
Pokušavaju skontat.
Miramar is crazy huge. Like how much land there is just nuts.
I feel like it's probably about 4 times its size once you count in all the textures, raising verticality.
It might be, yeah. It might be 3 times, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Huge. So we can see our usual suspects trying to get some control points onto it. But hey, look, it's going to be TE up there right next to 17 as Everest has got some eyes on it. Looking in, we did also have Navi that is down in the foothills just to the south of here. As Xiaowu still leaning into that bolt. And at this point, just whatever works, right?
They need points, and if they realize that maybe there's only a couple members of TE up here paying attention to TE in their kind of post-match sessions and their coaching sessions, they should be aware that TE likes to do splits early, and they might be able to punish this, especially if Xiaowu can find a headshot with that Kar 98. That could be a big opener. I think there's somebody in that compound. I think it's Wildcard that's out there. You can just barely see him through the X-ray, but Xiaowu, making sure that his angles are clear.
Yes, no.
And kind of displace one of the Vietnamese teams. I mean, we saw Cerberus up here yesterday playing out of their minds, and maybe this is team.
Svi smo naši.
Splitaju ti
Znaš šta je luda rana, znači 15. mjesto je 42.000. A ovo smo je koliko? 117. Ti izgubiš do 15 budova kontaš, skoro 100.000. Mislim, ovi će pola milijuna vjerovatno izgubiti zbog buda.
Headshot did connect, but it wasn't enough to get the knock, and United probably just wishing they could find one more bullet in there.
Dobro, ali opet, ne znam. 11 bodova u 2 gejma, ako Twisted sad... Znači, Twisted sad ne smije imat nijedan kill, a Navi mora imat dobar game. Da ostane sve do zadnjeg gejma nepredvidiva.
FaZe, late entry. This is very much the FaZe style for this event. They are an edge team. They come in late and start trying to make it work from there.
Doesn't matter who's on the team, doesn't matter what the roster is, FaZe rotates late. That is the basic rules of life. But you know who rotates even later right now?
Da.
Freaks. They are just now getting off of military. They just passed that eastern bridge, and they're going to be coming to this quite late, but not too punishable. Well, okay. Now, I was going to say, if they lose their car here, that might be punishable.
Kažeš, ne može.
Space around the edge, I think it should be fine, unless they just go on way too merry of an adventure.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, wait, bagel.
Pa onda je dadnio i alkohola.
Okay, it is the Freaks. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're the furthest away from this circle, more or less. So, taking their time, looting up. You know, a lot of teams that know when they're going to have to play edge, they're going to take that extra time to make sure that they can get more smokes, more frags, you know, have enough heals to chew through a little bit of blue.
So I got a question for you. While they're watching all these people rotate around in the blue as well, no, Glib's going to take some shots and pull away my question for just a second, but I think that might be just about it. The blue.
A nam uradiš ljudi da ne moraš gledat prvu tekmu svjetskog. Gledaš PUBG. Pa glupa tekma, Kata rekla.
It always looks like it's got like that electricity going through the cloud.
Yeah, and maybe by like phase 6, phase 7, it's like a stun gun. Just
the first circle is just somebody coming up to you, like rubbing their socks against the rug and just hitting you with it.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I've always imagined. Like your hair starts to stand up on end while you're in there.
Dude, that explains so many of the cosmetic hairs now.
Maybe they just like put a big like.
Baš me zanima, ajde da vidimo sad kuća zona.
Nemoj samo Nord da odi svega. Daj, full lijevo. Gledaj drop gdje je pao. Tu je sumnjivo, moglo bi gore.
Moguće ovo, halo.
A jeste, Rane baš bježi od njih.
Znači ovo nema nigdje ljudi. Evo pogledaj na žutim kućama je bio ovaj...
Gledaj frk jeba u sredini oko Twisteda.
Gledaj sad Twisted.
Ma neko će ispasti iz auta od Twisted.
Jel ga izvadiše, druže moj, ne pitaj ljudi.
Isto mi.
Ovako je mislim.
Kako sam će igrao, možda najbolji dan u životu.
Ajde, seri.
Mamo, Forza igra s nama, lik je zvir.
Jeste igrali sinoć Google?
Moj osmoba nije bilo AD, znači PUBG se ruku i dan. Onda došao Xeron, nije se nikom igralo, ali igrali smo još 2 sata isto.
Kako ste vi zapravo dobri ljudi?
Ma čovjek, znači, nešto kontaž mora radit i ono, samo crashaj kampon, da ili umri on ili da umrijemo svi kontaž, pa da može otići od kompa.
Central circle, they want to group up, play together in the compound. You know, for TE and others, this is still a really powerful spot. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe one of the teams that's north of the river right now come on down, try to take some spot, you know, take a spot up here because there's a lot of great information to be found in Batulans. I'm telling you, this spot is really, really good for harassing teams. You got great sight lines out to your east.
Yeah, I mean, it just has such good vision into the Badlands, but it does look like the Freaks are going to make a push into ruins. They're going to find that as FaZe is just playing the Badlands south of Sunken City, pretty close by, but I wouldn't necessarily call them neighbors except for 8C who's taking some shots, and Gustav might come up to support. This is, if we continue to see this go into ruins, I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen a ruins game.
I haven't seen one that's been like ruins proper in quite a while. I'm definitely down with that. Those are super fun.
20, koliko ima? 27, 28 kilova.
Well, Yoho decides the fact that they also want to try to get their throne on the top of Everest as they're going to come up right next to TE. His question mark says, okay, this is too annoying. They're going to go ahead and hop in vehicles and move down. Not too many teams that are playing to the south around Gak and Chopsticks except for really day trade. Jinky still has TMA that's just on the outskirts of it, and we have E United that I guess didn't want to even try to deal with anything more with Wildcard. They're going to do a wrap all the way down to Rajak and make their way back and around school.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty smart wrap here for E United. There wasn't on those two bridges. They were both being pretty well kept, and so.
Ma ako Twisted sad prekuca, gotovo je to.
Šta su zaslužili da osvoje?
Normalno.
Njima, možda im ne treba ni bod više osvojit će sa 150.
Moguće.
Pa mislim da 17 i ne može stići.
Nema ne.
A i Navi Prije 102 meča nije lako uzeti tu loptu.
Druže, milion kontaš.
Misliš da Batuli nema toliko već?
Ma ne.
A druže, igraš za arapsku organizaciju. Da vidim. 34.
I mean, look at that map. You've got 3 of our top 4 teams right in a triangle in the middle of this circle.
Sucks to be Cerberus.
Yeah, it's poor Cerberus.
Arapska organizacija igra u Dubaju. Ima on dugme neko ispod svog
Saudi Arabijan. Već on je od ovog miliona, koliko je ovo iza zareza? 8000. Evo zone ljudi, jednije u životu.
Evo je.
Ovako su onaj game poginuli i izgubili, sjećat se, otišli ispod Everesta s druge strane i ubili ih od ozgo s Everesta.
Da,
Sad
nismo
ispod
tad...
nemaju šta drugo igrat.
Šta je miševi?
Da, ali tad je Amare cijeli Everest bio u zoni i nise morali udarat, a sad se moraju udarat svi gore.
Udarat.
Tri x lik igra kod nas, dok se ne nađe 6x ne ide se.
This should be pretty decent angles here for TE. They've got some frags. They should be able to do some damage to Twisted Mind. The Freaks, hello?
We also have FaZe that's now going to be coming in back behind that fight we were talking about a second ago. Yep, this is just wilding over here. They just don't even have cares.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Try to get your kills, but it's going to be E United losing one yet again, is now trying to catch up with 17. Just feels that much harder.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it is really tough here. The Freaks and Wildcard just mutually assured destruction. EN on a sliver of health. Flash trying to get in there to help. Adam on the angle, trying to hold it with the spray. FaZe rocks into TMA and rolls them out of the lobby. Grenade now from Lil. Goes to big one here. He gets the knock on Defects. Gonna go for the follow-up. If this damage is good, and it is, there's a ton of damage.
Look at just the vehicles continuing to explode. That was just a cacophony of explosions over there. Now, Daytrade still needs to make their pathing into the circle. 17 starting to feel like they get some of their groove back, sitting at 3 kills already.
Those are good points for 17. Again, they're going to need to put up a big one here just so they can be within breathing room of Twisted Minds. Clib trying to go sky high with those grenades. QM doing a little bit of a broadside here on the Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds should be all right.
They ain't nowhere here, QM, because if you even stop over there, that's going to have you a hoe with vision into it and continue on your path. It's still going to be 17. So stop where you will, but it's all going to end up about the same. You can see just getting dropped everywhere. Bumping into a tree is trying to escape as well. This is just everybody taking some casualties in this rotation.
Some of these points are falling into 17's bag.
It
is going to go down. United eliminated very, very early. Question marks Phil first. Found out by PUBG, Wu, and PHO. And that's 5 kills now. I mean, this is their map, Matt. This is their map.
They are center up, and they have a ton of targets that are going to be next to them. The question is, how much is the fighting around the edges and in these weird spots going to be? James does finally get a nade onto Levi's. See if he manages to follow up with it, as it is going to be authority right now going into the over-peakers. Circle's going to be popping in just one moment as question mark still rolling around inside that. I mean, if you're going to go somewhere, man, there's a ton of cover here, right?
Look at this. It looks like an apocalypse.
Jebem ti shiftove, haj mogu možda gor na početak Everest.
Was the pun of the tournament. Oh, Shao Wu hits Batulins! Insane shots!
Oh my god.
No way!
Okay, now what are you gonna do?
Oh, the point goes to Navi. Oh, come on.
Oh man, of all teams for it to go to as well. That one's gonna hurt.
I gotta fist pound you for the Dante Inferno. That was amazing.
I got excited about that one. I kind of jumped up and down. Teams that are still needing to make their way in is really just Adam, the last one up for wildcard, as well as Daytrade. Dano is also gonna have to make some pathing. You can see that this TE fight still slow and steady over here. Is really Overpeakers does not want to overpeak. They realize that they can have a big game from this angle, and they do not want to lose anything without having to. Duck Juice, the last one up. It's a ton of Overpeakers coming, and really, I don't know how much more he can get. Yep, he's going to go ahead and go down.
Thought he had the knock there. He was already trying to get that back down behind the cover. Thought he could get the 2 on the right with the stun, take the first person approaching, try to get the knock there, and then finish the other 2. If that had worked, if he had gotten that first knock, he might have had all 3.
Okay, now Overpeakers up at the top of it. You're going to be looking down, having Twisted Minds just below you. Yoho that's going to be to the east. Crate is going to land kind of close to Yoho's positioning. Navi already pretty aware of where Twisted Minds as well as 17 is. Mel putting in work. This is the game for them. They know it, and it's going to be Mixie looking down. This could spell some problems. Going to deny the res. This is a big, big problem for Twisted Minds.
All right, Mel now trying to get back into the action. A well-placed grenade here from Overpeakers could finish the job. The molly is in. The grenades are out. Twisted Minds is gone.
Twisted Minds is down.
Oof.
He's still got the numbers. They've got control, and now they have their eyes set to first. Just 9 more points.
Unbelievable stuff here. This is just opening the door for the other two teams behind them. Navi 6 points ahead of 17, who already has 5 kills, 3 in the bag for Navi. Both these teams are going to be licking their chops. They want to win this game. They want to usurp the current kings.
I mean, this is big right now. Navi on the constant trend up at 17, who has had a quiet day, but now back onto their comfort map. Looking in, they've got center control. Navi is just so close to them. If we continue to see the circle go this way, they're going to have to do a hillside fight relatively soon. Other teams just kind of clinging to that low side of the hill to the north, east, and south of this position.
No doubt, everybody's kind of scooting as close to 17 as they can, as that's kind of the only compound in the center of the circle. Everything else is edge. OP still on the hill, and I wouldn't be surprised if a little bit more of the mountains in the next circle. There was a crate that fell over towards Yahoo. You can see that on the map. Dante out of the Inferno and trying to just survive there on the other side. And I don't know, out of, you know, one level of hell and into another potentially, but so far so good. Overpeakers continue to just harass everybody and get information as best as they can. Yeah, oh wow, Overpeakers completely removed there.
Well, 17 though, you've got yourself the compound, but I feel like you're also going to have a lot of threats. That hillside back behind them going to be how some of these teams are eyeing positionals. Yahoo also in that gatekeeping position around Overpeakers. Navi's going to have to move in, and it's going to be very uncomfortable. Adam's still just kind of hanging out in the blue. He can't really move forward. He's going to have the freaks that are going to be in front of him. See if maybe he can connect into this, but it's going to be Navi now rotating in, and they still not inside the circle, so they're going to have to continue forward. They just don't want to move yet, as it is going to be Day Trade and a very bold 2-2 hold coming out from Cerberus.
Well, let's see if Day Trade and Cerberus start kind of scuffling. There's only a couple players left over there for Cerberus. They're at a wide 2-2 split, so they might reinforce up to the north. Then you might have a straight-up fight with Day Trade for Navi. They've got enough of this hill that they can play underneath 17 sightlines. Day Trade, though, looks like they might be angling to kind of backfill behind Cerberus, but there is not much space on the east side of that circle.
Man, I miss lands. I hear you guys out there in the audience with the Let's Go Navi chances. They have an opportunity here. They've got the kills in front of them. There is the potential. Dano is also going to have to come in here as well, though. Day Trade still going to make this path back over. It looks like they're going to be going into the east, but I feel like that's where all of the cluster is going. And Tropic, though, we need to keep an eye on. They're actually moving more Everest-sided while we have Yahoo just trying to hold this one out. Sparky actually moved all the way down the hillside, but that gets read by Clib, and it's wow.
Yeah, Clib is so clean, though. A headshot onto him from Shinboy. He's going to put Clib down behind that cover. Opens up the ability for him to try to go for this flush onto Mexi. 2 more members of Overpeaker starting to push forward, get the damage into Shinboy's backside. Donowa wiped out by Cerberus off screen. Navi just clearing as much space as they can on this eastern side.
Still need to move forward. They've got a big lot of kills for them to pick up.
Pa imaju 4 kila, 4 živa su. Imaju dobro oni poziciju, mogli bi oni ovo dobro izvući.
Like the way Navi is playing this, just watching the other teams fight, trying to scoop in any points they can, staying underneath 17 sight lines, just working around the edge. This is methodical, smart. You know your west side is clear. You know your back side is clear. You can keep putting pressure on these teams ahead of you. Keep finding points.
They don't want to overextend. You know, like, this is like a damned if you do, damned if you don't moment. They know that they need to get the kills, but they don't want to push out too far because they don't want to put themselves too thin. They know the fact that there could be so many things lurking around them. As now we're going to have the continue end of, it looks like Freaks. Lash K has gotten spotted out by Entropic, so that should just be a matter of time.
Yeah, Lash is... There's not much left for him to do unless, yeah, okay. He's just the full firing squad of Entropic on top of him there, out in open space. Freaks are out, and now Overpeakers still continuing their push on the north. Entropic trying to just gain any kind of territory they can, maybe spread out towards the edge of the base of the mountain, which has got a little bit more cover, and especially with the way the circle shifted, and Tropic is in a phenomenal position.
Yeah, just coming right back behind Yoho, and suddenly they're going to find themselves.
Brate, imaju dobru poziciju, halo?
Da, imaju odlično. Evo sad Ivan, sam da ne dobije nok.
Neće, dobar je.
A vidi ga.
Ne vidi ga. Ne.
Najlup, ubio Shimboja.
Navi does find themselves on the outside of the zone. Yes, 17 does have a couple numbers out there as well, but they still have their compound to play from.
Navi's gonna have to fight, and Cerberus knows.
Pa 6 kilova je 4 živa.
Good shot there from Himas to get an opening knock. He pays the price, takes a ton of damage himself. Smokes out to go for the res on the melt. Navi still has a little bit of time. They can stall.
There is a lot at stake on here, and keep in mind, 17 is so close. If they start putting together 2 and 2 on what's happening on side of the skill board, they can find some way to make this happen, and they can just jump down and pounce Navi. Navi knows it, so looking in, this has just become a very tumultuous fight for Navi. One side, they have a fully entrenched Cerberus. On the other side, they've got 17 with the high ground onto them. Meanwhile, we still have the overpeakers that are still going to have to make some type of push into what's going to be the new Entropic defensive line.
I think we'll be watching this fight quite a bit. Example
Ma
is to
ne.
make sure that 17 isn't able to push out. You did get the AWS.
O, brate, mili.
That's a nice quick scope, and Nayla is going to get flushed for it. That's what we like to see.
Every single kill here worth more and more money just right back behind.
Ne.
So now we still have the continued shots coming out. Nothing going on from the
Već se kakav kroz smoke
Looks like
rokne.
Navi is going to start prepping this out.
Vidi ovo, Iva se noka ništa.
They have to be careful. They're in nade range as well. Cerberus still continues to get the better end of these trades.
Yeah, that first one was huge. That bought Cerberus even more time. Now a response from Navi is needed. Will 17 get involved? They do find the finish.
Ali evo Balefrost je pao, tako da je sad od ozgoj niko ne gleda kad se rezaju.
Ne ima overpeakers.
In return, Uba
3 su op.
thinking about trying to push
Da,
forward.
da.
Icon throws a grenade out.
Evo ubili svi.
Looks like they're going to play spoiler on this one right now. It's going to be a quick push coming out, but there you go. Now it's going to be Example finding it down. He's making the push. You need to have your
Bro.
It looks like he's going to try to have it. He's got to be careful. 2 members of Cerberus still in front of him. Goes for the spray, gets some damage out. Spots out another one. Example refuses.
Aaaa, jalo odigraše. Kako odigra dobro.
Bože, sačuvaj. Bježi, nemoj rezat. Neće oni moći.
Ja.
Example je ostao samo.
But he has managed to get first. Is it going to be enough as 17 still has more points that they can try to pick up? It is going
Jo, 1 HP.
Da.
phenomenal day. Overpeakers though realize this. They're just rolling into it. They've finally done with the Everest fight, and they're going to set up their defenses and try to pounce before.
Neće dobit kill. Ovo je zanimljivo sad gledat. Čujete, će ovo overpeakers i u top 4 ući.
17 is trying to retreat, trying to lick their wounds, trying to find an opportunity to heal.
Da je
A,
botani.
vidi našo ga je. Ušš!
Tries to go for the follow up into it. Don't forget about overpeakers. They're trying to get
Brate,
united
mili, šta
right
se
now
dešava?
with a good game. That's going to put them in touching distance of doing so.
Šta ti
Molotov,
je?
Strobles, smokes everywhere.
Exemplu radi ljudima.
Jesi
Da,
vidio?
bolesno.
Now it's going to be 17 pushing in blind. Near on.
Evo, Danilo će doći sad poslije ovog i reći da koristi Example Sense.
Nemoj ustajat, jo.
Dobar, posao radi.
Uj, dobio glavu. Brate, kako je on njega vidio? Halo.
Hakulji. Uopće rez.
Ne izgubit će ovo ovi. I posljednji meč, znači top 3 mjesta mogu vinati.
Da. Ovo će zanimljivo baš mi gledat.
Druže, Entropic može biti 8. Može biti 7.
Pa ono, pa da.
Druže, znači od 15. do 8. je 10 bodova.
Doslovno, da. A ovo 15 bodova.
Znači koliko je to para? 8. dobija 120.000.
Brate mili, šta radi?
Jebo maj.
Brate, Emilije.
Al puca, frajer je.
Ljud bi jebdo, vel.
Pa što će, nemaju kućnju.
Jeb ti to sad 17, jel može on sad prestić Twisted?
Da.
Pa mislim da je prestigo, da su prvi.
Prestigo je, da. I uz prvi i uz drugi, da.
Prvi su Navi, drugi Twisted treći. I to razlika ona u par bodova.
Zavisi, vrat.
Predobro za zadnji game.
Da.
Zadnji game, u šta ćemo, znači može ovaka, Mare, da se dogovorimo. Ak bude militarizovana, dajaš mi banglu.
Ne, daj.
Ne može.
Znači, evo ja, bit će militarizovana.
Ovo da je bolja završnica nije mogla biti.
Well, show, last act. Can he do it? What's your take on this one, Dennis? Because we're going to move into our last game.
When their backs were against the wall, 17 came out and showed up in spades. We knew the change of map might be what they
Nisu prodali game.
one game left to play and show
Išli su na third party gore.
17 gets a chicken dinner to lead into it. My name's Topics. I'm here with Poro and Avenger. We're going to try to set the stage for what must be maybe one of the most exciting last games ever.
I mean, the fairy tale isn't over yet, is it? It just keeps on going and keeps on going, and these guys are leaving everything.
Ovdje su overpeakersi spasili
Da.
Just a handful of points, all down to one final game.
If it isn't just typical 17 gaming, to step up on a wrangle and take home a chicken dinner like this here. They played this amazing. Their aggression, the tactical prowess to play around this, and then also taking down Navi, taking down overpeakers, taking down all these teams that are challenging you on the way.
We saw a game end in this exact location. And when it did, 17, it took everything everyone had to stop them. We come back to this spot and 17 plays it perfectly. That said, OP, Navi, teams that we thought maybe they don't even make the moves. Maybe they don't get there today. They showed up. Navi moves into the lead before this victory. And OP is the clincher who almost takes it away from 17.
Oh, man, it was so close. OP just showing again, once again, how many times have we now seen it from OP that if they can get to the late,
A šta je example tu napravio?
just about anybody, and you could see the emotion on the face there for 17 Gaming. Lil Ghost is just putting this team on his back right now. MVP type performance from this kid.
Absolutely. Let's take a look in just a second. Numbers of the top 4 teams put up 13 kills for 17. So not only do they get the win, Martin, they do it with a huge kill count to get right back in the hunt.
Before this game here, 17 Gaming, we're talking about 3 points in 3 games. Right now, they're popping off. They're getting 23 points in this game alone here to put themselves in the very top. Oh my god. I honestly can't believe it. I gotta say, though, Overpeakers, they fought tooth and nail for this second place here. It was close. They managed to make a good push here, but if they just had, you know,
baš me zanima live tabela.
more nades than 22, they've been able to take down 17 Gaming on that aggression after they had the engagement with Navi.
I mean, what can you even say about the mentality, the psychology behind
Nisu još update.
to get 3 points in this situation on the final day of the global championship and then put all that behind you, all that tilt, all that stuff behind you, and then come out here and deliver a huge performance to put you back in the top.
Absolutely. You might be wondering why you heard the casters call at the last call. And again, that is because Sho has said, I'm retiring. This is my last game. And we thought it might be over. A lights out performance for them on the first 3 games of the day. But they show up, they put up when they need to. And another team that's doing it, and you're seeing them on the screen, Martin, is Navi. They were
Ovo je
in
baš
on
bolesno.
for some cash, but not for the trophy at the start of today. 2 chicken dinners and another big game sets them up to go the distance.
They made 51 points in day 1. They made 56 in 4 games now, so they've broken their kind of first day performance here now. They're come back, and now they're making a 3-horse race. We're speculating whether it's possible, and they've shown us by luck of Twisted Minds and Twisted Minds 17 Gaming having on a rough start, and now 17 Gaming, they put themselves into the 3-horse race here. So I'm really loving what I'm seeing, honestly. One of the most exciting, if not the most exciting, global finals we've had so far.
Let's take a look at the match leaderboard. 17 Gaming comes away with 23 whopping points. Over Peakers picks up 16. Navi continues the climb. The big standout is in 13th place. Twisted Minds once again for another game in a row.
Ovo je baš ludnica, je.
It's like someone called and they said, hey man, there's people looking to rob your house. And they said, let me unlock the doors. Let me go ahead and open that up for you. Because they are not securing that position they started today with.
And it's very untwisted minds like.
Yes.
I mean, we were talking about it coming into today, how clutch this team has been on the final day of tournaments all year long. Even going back to last year, they put up so many wins, so many points on the final day of tournaments, and it just has not been going their way today. Now, all that left aside, it doesn't matter. You can leave, don't even worry about all the stats. You're down to one game here, Martin. 3 teams all have a shot.
And Lil goes with another performance. Another game, 6 kills and above. It's like the 4th or 5th time he does this. You know what? I'm kind of
Idemo pen kod.
military circle.
Okay.
Ide pen kod.
Hoping that he changes his name
Da.
next year.
Just a ghost.
Just a ghost, poltergeist, I don't care.
He's spooky.
Haunting this lobby.
It's crazy.
Absolutely nobody can put a stop to him when he is playing his best. Take a look at how the points have changed. Poro, as we walk into this one, Twisted Minds only picked up 1. United also, very tough game for them. But 17 Gaming, wow.
By the way, nisi ništa stavio.
Znam, Krić, sačekam malo.
A dobro smo mi tu procijenili, Filipe. Da ne može 17 ga stići.
Bome da.
Jedan game, 3 tima u 3 boda. Jebote život.
The race is shaping up, but I think you said it best, Martin. It is a 3-horse race at the top, and then we're going to see a race for the best of the rest. Up at the top, 160 in first place to 157 in third. The difference in payout, $750,000 for those 3 points. So those teams are going to have to come to play on the best of the rest. 134, 124, United over Peak.
Ali znaš što je zanimljivo, Akentropic sad, mislim, doslovno je 20 bodova je razlike do 8. mjesta. Baš balansno.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's the same thing that we were talking about at the beginning of the day. It's not having to do with your mechanics, your skills.
Otkucam još jednom poruku i pošalje mi samo smiley.
Ma ne volja tebi čef,
Ne znam.
prijatelju.
Upucat ću se u nogu ispred sjedišta YouTube.
A koje pitanje će biti?
Fić šaljivđe. Pitanje je prelako.
Kako to vi izgubili, nisam vidio. Vidio sam da je 3-2. Over Peakers. Jel? Hvala. Divno je s vama diskutovat.
Ne znam, bukvalno šta si pitao bio.
Nisam nijedan
Kako
čuo.
su Over Peakers izgubili kad su imali 3-2? Nisam gledao jer mi je jebeni...
Klip je ostao i... Ba, bez veze odigrao.
Jebeni osigurač mi je skočio, sve se pogasilo. Znači...
Neka trebaš i plati struju.
Upališ grijanje, ne znam šta je upaljeno, tamo šporet, mašina i odmah iskoči. Tu je ta genijalna bosanska zgrada.
Malo mi nešto sound prekinio.
Halo ba svjetsku, na kojem je kanalu, vidim malo na areni.
Brate, 3 boda. Ludnica.
Ovo je na BHT-u, preštati. To vam piše arena.
Dobro, šta pričam ja 20 bodova, čovječe, razlika je 10 bodova.
Big match, između koga?
Između 15. i 8.
A Tropic kako da je mogao nešto, nisam ni to upratio, su mogli više uzeti ovaj
Pa
game?
mogli su, ali mislim da su otišli ispred planine na third party gore. Jer su čuli vjerovatno.
Znači da su
Šta
oni
se
pobili
događa?
tu gore, bili bi možda drugi, jel?
Da,
Možda čak
da,
final.
da, definitivno.
Sad, hajde uzmi.
Iz Yahoo ga je lik noko dvojicu, onaj Shimboj sa AVM.
A vidi, svi nam su sigurno top 10.
Da.
Ali eto, danas svaki game je ran. U svakom gameu što se uzeli budova se moglo uzeti makar još 5 više.
Ajmo pitanje za Mega Bundle.
Ide pitanje, a ti boga, čekaj da pripremim. Da se pripremim, joj šta će biti,
Joj, daćeš mi account od Afterixa da vidim kakve skinove ima.
Nemoj sad možda odgovori tačno, čekaj.
Opremio ga lik. Rozu M-ku ima, garant.
Da čujemo pitanje. A neko glupo će biti 100%.
Lagano je pitanje.
Ne može softa. Nisam napisao veliko R.
Ovaj Milić, tu ti je Xeron.
Samo se...
Šta tražiš pravi odgovor, a?
Da.
Ne, lucid je odgovor.
Pa nije ni Redline.
Kako to najtrofejniji?
Najtrofejniji je Diamond.
A Jarane, je li Redline jednom BPL svoju?
Nije, to je istina, to je istina.
Kakav fail od pitanja, daj gas 3. Aha, znate ko je najtrofejniji tim.
Samo sekund, Softa je prvi odgovorio, ali moram da vidim... Ne znam šta su pravile iskreno PUBG-a za ove... Da li mogu osvajati, samo sekundu. Može. Softa je osvojio i ovaj... Nisi ti, Jasmir, Ismičić je drugi. Softa.
Evo vidiš kako je ubagano.
A nije bitno tebi kako je, bitno je kako je kod mene, tako da...
Kakav si ti skeme? A viš kak sam glup, mogao sam ja timeoutat softu.
Ajojojojojojojojoj, pojedo se mačke voj, a lisice ko pasice.
Kao da smo radili u brodogradilištu, one sa kokom što smo...
Sa onom velikom dizom.
Ovo uslika vam tiho, ovo je vam najbitnije.
Mene na vojnike.
Ovo vam veliki gazda napiš na čelu No 1.
Gotovo pada. Gotovo nema. Svega. Bog tebo, konter tamo, nešto, nisam napravio materijal.
Dobro, čisto. Jel ga ti?
Dobro.
Ej, sad sediš ti sad.
Kak neće sad Bog tebo stavi materijal koji ne...
Jel ne valja?
Ne valja.
Tipaj dolar.
Da valja ne bi...
Tipaj dolar. Tipaj dolar, ne valja. Sad sediš. Sad se ti sad prespavi. Sad ne valja. Nemam ništa samo ni do stavka. Jedem ti i pusta. Sad ne valja.
Sine. Nek se dogovore.
Jebe, ništa, prav sam tako kak je pravi.
Sine.
Ajde vam, hvala.
Pa daj, ja te volite kuru.
Daj jede govna svoju pičku mačku. Ajde,
ovdje ide 4 cm.
a drago boli me kurac koliko ide, doli pravo, onda sam. Sad sereš koju pičku maternu. Jedi govna. U pizdu Božje matere i ti i pametovanje tvoje više. Zabijem te na kurac. Ide 4 cm, stavi doli kurac koliko ide, doli pravo sam. Sad sereš koju pičku maternu. Jebem ti krvi suskovu. Došlite, punite kurac više. Jeli živo. Marš idi u 3 pičke materne. Kad dojem god kad ti jebem isto bačete dole 3 pičke materne.
Kad dođem gore, bačite dole.
Fičo, čuje ti se nešto u pozadini na stream?
Volim?
Nešto ti se čuje, neki klip, nešto, šta gledaš to?
Ne seri da se čuje.
Pa normalno da se čuje, jebote, stream ti upaljen kod tebe, bože sad čuo.
With only a few points separating the top 3 teams. I mean, every little decision you make counts. Every mistake will be so glaring in the mirror, in the rearview mirror.
This is just going to be so insane to watch because there's going to be so much pressure on these teams to try to make sure that they find that moment, find their success, assert their destiny, and just try to take everything that they can get paper thin. It's time.
It is time. It is the final game here at PGC 2022. It's Erangel. Let's get fired up, Dubai!
Plane is up. Path is set and ready to go. There is just a kill or two across this board. Who will be our last team standing as it is going to be neck and neck.
Da vidimo sad.
Starts over Zarki.
Yes. Right where we want to see a circle, and I swear, I mean, this is going to be, oh boy, it's going to be really intense. A few alternate drop spots are going to have to be found across this one. I mean, I'm already just, I mean, if they had a heart rate monitor on me right now, Matt, it'd be in the red, no doubt. I'd be up and wanting to
Brate mili, ovo izgleda kao da bi mogao biti military.
You gotta get feeling it, but you can see the drops coming in. See if any secondary, tertiary drops are going to be coming, like you were talking about. This is already going to be damage control for a couple of these teams.
No doubt. It is potentially one of those kind of plane paths that does cause some congestion around vehicle spawns. And right now, I'm not seeing too much, though. I think a lot of teams are playing it safe. There might be a lot of people squaring off over Sosnovka Island. Yeah, I mean, I think United in particular needs a huge game if they're going to have any hope of getting close. I mean, they need tons of kills and a win. And so for them, you know, gambling on a military circle here, you know, is not the worst thing. They can maybe pick on some of these teams early, but again, for United to even sniff at this title, it's going to have to be the biggest performance we've ever seen.
Ajde da vidimo, Kucaj. I trenutak.
Going up to the north, seeing if they can get it. And you can see the spread coming out as it's going to be the Freaks right next to FaZe, and that gamble does
Iš, evo ga.
yet again to the north.
Opet, brate, opet imaju istu zonu. Opet imaju brutalnu zonu.
Oni su druže 15 bodova bolano do...
Pa to ti kažem, da. Da.
Od 8.
Da.
just a bit away from this, but the Freaks would have had to have gotten a
10 bodova od 8. boda.
10 bodova, da.
Da.
A 15 bodova od 7.
Sve otvorno, stvarno najbolji turnir ikad. Viš koliko zadnji meč koliko je blizu.
Everest has been where we keep getting our focal points into this one. Little Ghost, man. Okay, you can see, these are the names right here. Who's going to be able to step up? Who is going to have the game of their life? Because this is no hyperbole. Really, this is the case.
Ej, ljudi, sam ću refreshat ću stream, jer mislim da malo kasni. Refreshat ću ga. Mislim da je vjerovatno malo zaštekalo kad sam puštao onaj klip. Evo, sad bi trebalo biti dobro.
You know, I gotta admit, I'm really so happy for the Overpeakers. A great group of guys in a COD has driven.
Ajmo, kakva je zona?
Top je zona za njih.
Kakva je, gdje je, šta je? Otkud ovaj u repnoj?
COD's gonna stop. They're all coming in at roughly the same time. This is just gonna be the easiest pickups United is ever gonna get.
Ovo maščaj sad ovom lika, znači samo što je sletio ovaj Hikari, zadnji meč, sve. I usereš, druže, nisi ni sletio.
Već bi bio sad u avionu.
Ovo već sad psuju okolo, govori jebe amatir.
Evo, laš, taman za fantasy mainstream.
Bez psovanja.
Disbandaj organizaciju, sve izbrši.
Ovo je dobro za Entropik da ovi padnu.
Pa da.
Par hiljada više, druže. Malo u kripto uložiš
I ostane par stotina više.
Ko da nisu ovi poginuli. Već vidio na FTX šta je radio, jarane koji kurac. I to da neka pička dobra kontaž, nego na... Neko...
Just a smidge of damage. Kickstart gonna go for the grenade. Akkad saw it, so he might close the door and try to counter grenade when it splashes out. And actually, he was just expecting somebody to be pushing him.
Shotgun, it's got some capabilities, but probably not in this fight.
A vidi bombe.
Alo, počinje svjetskog, ba.
Da, šta ću gledat u utakmici, jesi obolio? Bolje da su Dalibora pustili.
Moj Velid spao komentator. Znaš koliko je ovi iz Ekvadoraca, kako se to kaže, došli? Žuti se stvari.
Katarirana, Katar...
Oni su svi ovim dimljama. Joj, budi, ali 1-0 za Katar, neću gledat nijednu više tekmu do kraja.
Now they got to start that looting phase. It did slow them down a smidgen, but they should be able to get everything together and get it going.
Motaj kablove.
4 kills. Now
Jel QM uzeo danas jedan bod?
Pa, ne bi baš rekao.
Ja još uvijek nisam za onu vidio.
A gledaj, evo, pa imaš. Gledaj ovo koji split su oni napravili, na seri.
Sad će i ovi pobiti.
Što nisi? Gledaj 17-icu.
Going to have to be extremely cautious. This is the most open bridge. Dono only has a couple here.
Ghost does get the read on it, does stop. Twisted Minds and Navi are playing with...
Ah ti boga starta, šta je ovo, ba ubi lika. Ovo je to svjetskoj dobro gledat, znači lete ljudi.
Jel ozbiljno?
Ma znaš kakav je tempo, ba znači ovdje najnepoznatiji igrači bolje je gledat nek De Bruyne za City kad igra. Znači toliko se više bori.
They might, you know, they might scrap, especially OP. We've seen it multiple times this tournament that OP...
Ma ovo je Ekvador uzima glatko, ja ne znam što je kakvo o tebi. Znaš da će žene suditi. Jevo majko, znači zamisli sjebiti nekog Argentinu. Mislim, nemam ništa protiv žena, ali zašto bi sudili?
Nema smisla. Gle, Navi i Twisted Minds praktički rotiraju jedni iza drugog.
Nije dovoljno što ima sudija iz Australije koji u životu nisu ozbiljne tekmije sud. Ili iz, ne znam, Zambije.
Ma niđe veze to ne.
Nije puno trebalo Scofa, a?
Evo ga, 1-0. Druga
1-0, da.
minuta. Eder Valencia, lagano. Malo je poklon bilo.
Druže, znači, napunće ih, druže.
Pa ovaj Stupinan, znači, prešao u Brighton, lik je kreativan. Znači, imaju Kajseda, boš su, da. Ovaj Hinsap i Bajaga na menadžeru Newcastle, jebeni da bi koji može zabrat.
Da mi reci šta je s golmanom.
Ovo je dobro što ja upadam.
Ja se pogubio je golman.
Brate, šta ćeš, sve igraju državno prvenstvo, on niko ne igra nigdje. Ovo je Ekvador.
Golman ne zna.
On ne zna gdje je pošao golman.
Ovi ovom su trebali ući, jer one da ne može vješkare praviti.
Znaš šta je još sluđe, druže, možeš to skrenuli, ko da je box match, svi ti par.
Sve od starta, Jaran, pa malo te govorim koliko se borbenije igra.
Ovo nije normalno, druže, ja nisam vidio agresivniji futbal, druže, odavno.
A svjetskog treba najbolje gledat, znači tempo nenormalan, ali zato moraš imati 20 igrača, ba ovi repke što imaju...
Te mu pala.
A gledam jutano, tako da...
Ajde, završi se ovo.
Kad završi game, pa ćemo...
VAR za offside.
Kakav offside?
Ili je faul, neš gledaju VAR, ne znam nija što je na TV offside. Ma jebo, piće, na svjetskoj.
Gdje je Entropik?
Vidiš što spličaju? Garažu onu i gore onaj kamp po gražarku.
Offside! Nije go!
Žarkog sunca mogu.
Vijem ti Tito, majko.
Pa čiji je offside?
Pa ne znam. Evo gled, sad ću gled. Čekaj, neću niš govorit tebi kasnije malo.
Ajmo uvač, ja vas dvojicu dole.
Nemoj me muvat, pa gledam PUBG.
Dobro, ajde,
Ne, ovi platili sudije.
Just they're gonna kind of fall back a bit to safety. They don't want to, have too much damage done to their cars and those kind of things. So, no reason to mess around too much with fighting this early in the game.
They're also going that phase pathing. It looks like they could be bumping into each other depending on how the pathing is going to work and which one wants to go for what building. You can see that E United is still outside in the blue. I think they're trying to farm up some more vehicles.
Jebote koliki Split igraju Nile pa će crasht. Ne znam koje si.
Mislim da neće ga crashat. Sad se ostavlja zonu. Brate, milion moguć.
Ma ovo je krš. Moraju uzbrdo gore, sljedeća gore ide.
Ali ovaj kamp je ili free ovdje što ide Lukaris prema njemu?
Da.
Pa što hoćeš, dobar je.
Pa da, ali ne znam da će spajati ili će... Što će radit?
Ovi ste već trebali, pa krenut će sad ovi gore kad ima vi javi da je free kamp.
Ajde, daju, bravo! A što ga je
Ili vas dobio? Jes.
Da.
Pa Bog što je dobio. Neće ga Ninja dobiti.
Nisam vidio ko je noko,
Ma nemoj mi priča.
Leba, ne znaš pravila.
Ajde, shut the fuck up. Ajde, Helen, ti uzmi barem 1 kill danas. Ljubite, brate. Pa da, normalno da ćeš ti men donijet -3 boda.
O dobro, pokušao je.
Ovo je dobro. Ovo je dobro što ova dva tima imaju fight. I sad kad bi ovi...
Dobro će bit kad bi umro ovaj, to je...
Expendables, da, kad bi umro. Ovo umrće, gotovo mrtvo.
Ja sam ovog Leviza izabro, jebo me konj.
Lavić. Glava.
Šta radiš?
Ajde, šta ti znaš šta radi, lik. Ti da znaš šta treba raditi. Sad komentaris.
Što vi?
Ovih ti.
Bravo,
Završio je.
Ivan.
Ovaj Helen se sam smije
Da,
da
ukro
uđe.
kill.
Ukrakili vas.
Ove si
Evo,
vaš doktor.
17-ica ide.
Znaš kada će ovo vinat? I United će vinat. Scofa je sprovalio nešto.
To sam prvo preval.
Nije military zona. Znači,
Ova još riječ.
znači pada sve one tvoje logike u vodu.
Ova još riječ, ovjer.
Nijedna military nije bila.
Bilo je.
A je li bila u prvom danu?
A nije, ma jes bilo sigurno.
Dobro, završili su.
Je li bila je?
Prešli su navik.
A gle, oni nisu
A šta?
uzeli kamp.
A što se onaj sad? Sad se gleda, jel da je placement pojene ispred?
Da.
Je sigurno?
Pa da, vi sad ima sigurno manje kilova.
Da, ima 20 kg manje. A ima placement bodova, ima 20 više. Log. Ko je dobio bundle drugi?
Ma isto, softa one.
Milić.
Opet softa. Zar on je mogao? A jest, stvar, on je penalty. Koji big, mega onaj bundle, jel?
Da.
Jebu sliku svoju.
Ovo je dobro.
Sio fiće kako se preznanje ide na live.
Ali kako nisu ovaj kamp uzeli?
Ne znam zašto ga nisu uzeli, pa kad su rotirali iz onog sa Norda, bilo je čisto.
A mislim može se i ovdje igrat penjat se gore, ali će biti fajtova.
Da. Biće teško.
Jo, gungule pod bijelim brijegom Scofa.
Šta je bilo?
4 crvena. Zrinski
Ja
Bavorac
vidim
1-0. A bilo je van, nije bilo u igru, nek van. Ušao družu iz borca, onaj, kak se zove, iz prijema. Uvijek ušao u igru i dobio crveni nakon 34 sekunde.
Nije se dobro spremao.
Kek, floplumo.
Vidi bomba. Boles.
Zrinski je baš predominantan. Otiće na plus 9 bodova. To jest ne može plus 9, plus 6.
You can see Navi wants to try to find these points. They would love to get this flush on a James because every point is so important.
Jel to vama nešto sa zvukom?
Ne, nešto se čulo na streamu. I mene je sjebalo. Ko kamera kad se odzumira.
Now it's just going to see how much do they have. Nade's going to come out. Is it going to connect on a Mex? Going to do a lot of damage. Is the follow-up going to be enough? That's going to be pretty close. Doesn't get him.
He got the first aid off just in time to avoid the knock there. Mexi at half health. The res being attempted onto James. Looks like it will be safe. Navi backed off of this fight. They didn't like the third team getting involved.
Šta preživili?
Joj, sutra na potma kad se u 2 zaključam i svjetsku sebi pustim. Lagano Englez.
Lik sve ono preživi da bi ga izvadili, jel?
Opa!
Joj, druže, s Forexom, ne, nije profulo metka.
Pa jebu, ma. Mora flashat svaki
Gledaj
kilo.
ti, jel?
Imamo neki brzi reload, šta je ovo?
Da, ne, meni jasno bilo nešto novo. Ili mi samo ne igramo igru?
Ma ima to na automatski reload.
Ma evo, meni je izgledalo ko kad promijeni pušku da mu brže reloada. Tu je u Q2 bilo tako i...
A quick draw i to promijeni. I X izvadi pušku.
Tako je. Vadi sve van.
Bravo, Uba.
Bravo. Osti još jedan.
Jebo ga še.
Volio bi ja da Navi pobjedi, urat. Iskreno.
Ja isto.
Aj, ispade bolje gore u onom kampu biti.
Ja volio samo da Danilo se dobro provede u Beogradu. Ako osvoji.
Pa prvo već će se
Oj,
sigurno.
ostaće wild card bez hiljada i hiljada ako vi po 2 buda uzmu.
Vidove, četvorce.
Šta je, dogovaraj se?
Meeting. Jebe.
Ali oni ne igraju ni za šta, ja ne znam što oni ne hantaju killove, kontaš. Ne mogu pas na tabelu.
Mogu vinati i otići na treći.
Da.
Pa znam, ali kažem, trebaju ham.
Pogledaj vamo VAR što je bio. Sada pogledaš koliki je bio offset. Sve će biti.
Ti znaš šta je offset.
Goldman izašao naprijed, jebote život, nije sračunao na igrača. A baš i United ne može ništa raditi, niko rednjolo. Ne mogu dole, mogu da vinati i otići gore jedino, ali trebaju huntat killove zbog zato. Treba im još 10 killova.
I to mi je najgluplje pravilo, jer da se ne računa golman.
Video, kud ide Entropik? A, question mark, kreša.
Daj, ne ser da to radi, ne ser da to
Spyro
radi.
nije reloadao.
Da će im killove.
Ne ser da to radi. Vidi, Hobbitez kao slučajno promaši bomb, jel? Ne, lup knock-on.
Dobar, nije da balkon, ba tu.
Alo!
Alo! Što se tu dešava?
Nile flash. Nema metaka!
Aaaa!
Jel moguće da su im ovo uradili?
Aaaa! Gle, poslali jednog lika, 17.
Pa druže, kako iko može, može Lil Ghost. Evo, ovaj fight je s Unitedom. Dobro je. Flash kill. Ajde još bod, mak. Entropik.
Brate, mili, ispali su.
Baš.
Joj, ovo nije loš. Ovo nije loš ako reza luku.
Ili ovo penal?
De.
Iva se uzeo kill.
Nije uzeo kravac.
Jel?
Ovo je dobar najed.
Kako šo ovo igra?
Brate, mili. Šta se dešava? Twisted je definitivno treći.
Sad za Navi.
Da, definitivno. I ovi ima još trojić.
Živote lutalca.
Uf.
Iš.
Šta se desilo vam, nisam
Iva
nagledao.
snokan.
Šta je sa Twist bilo?
Crashuje QM i ubij.
Uba.
A ko je QM ubio?
Treba poen Entropiku, ba poen im treba za 2 mjesta da se dignu.
Da.
Dobro, treba im neko da umre. Evo Luke. Oj bro, Luka.
Treba im samo poen, naravno.
Juu, još ga isistio.
Dobra.
Ajde! Jebo ga, kuhanje ga jebalo.
Dobar može.
Jel moguće da preživljava ovo lik? Jebo ga, igra ga, jebo i update.
Nemoš vjerovati.
Ne.
A druže, ako iko može uzeti, može Luka, jebem ti, hajde.
Sad kad ova ima 48 milijuna gotovo, unlucky.
Ej, jebo ga ne.
Jedan bulja rana za koliko hiljada.
O, brate, mili.
Ao, kurac, unlucky.
Koji su? 15. Za 16.000 više.
GG.
Nice.
Dobro, šta nije loše.
Pa dobro je, mislim, i ovo je uspjeh baš. A šteta za ovo na kraju, mogu se uzeti još kurac pa.
16 jebenih hiljada, druže moj, koji pitanje koji turnir moraš vi da osvojiš to.
Ali da shvati ti da su oni imali fight u kampu, pull-upali i da oni toliko imaju bombi. Znači jedan lik nosi 5 bombi, brate.
Pa bilo je 12 kritova to.
Boga mi Navi ovo uzima ovo iz...
Trebalo bi da. Ali ovi idu na killeve. 100%. Gledaj sa 7. nazicu kad krene rokat. Ovo je možda dobra bomba na kamen. Vidio ga je. Na seri.
Čuj, druže, ali igraju ljudi.
Ovo je
Nema
dobro.
je... A, ispao mu nade.
Ne, flash,
Drugi knock.
flash. Ili nade. Mislim da je flash.
Ne, to
Šta
je to.
god je pals.
Ne, umre, ali to je to. Navi vina.
Bravo.
Nice. Navi, živi on još, druže moj, jebiti njega.
Ja, ba, znači ne umire do zadnjeg.
154.
Jel moguće da je živ lik?
Kucaj.
Ne mogu ga naći.
Šta je čovjek preživio? Ja, znači.
Bravo. GG.
Bravo Navi.
GG. Bole.
Šta je ovo?
Ma Uba MVP, drugo. Stvar nije Uba, i Alija, i Example, i Melman, svi su druže top odigrao.
Da, nema.
A jesu i tražili Lena Pjebo, mater u 5 godina su promijenili 5000 igrača.
Ma Ubaha su ubal, druže.
Evo Danilo piše na Discord.
You still have Yahoo, who is breaking ranks, breaking away from Cerberus. Cerberus, they're kind of eyeing Navi's position, but they are just barely on the edge of the next circle.
Big money in this for Yahoo if they can win one of these firefights, and if they can take the game, could get themselves all the way up into 6th place. So Yahoo playing more passive right now, but it's all going to be on Cerberus. Multiple eyes going their direction. Navi holding down what? 3/4 of the circle right now?
Yeah, something like that. We got a shot of the
I još se kad završe sa vinom.
Navi will be etching their names into history. They will find pictures of their banner in the museum as time goes on. Indeed, they will be added to this list alongside greats like
vidiš da ima plan još za 2023.
the
Fali.
Sonics. I mean, just unbelievable. New Happy, an insane achievement here for Navi, and a great list of teams to be right up there next to.
And still the potential to win the last game.
Why not?
Cemented in, take everything. Circle does favor Yahoo though. Cerberus gonna have to move. Navi, with all the control they have, it's the 1/4 they don't.
Oh, Sparking's got an AWM.
Pa gdje ga je to tako da mu je tako uzeo? U nogu, vjerovatno.
Buddy.
This is beautiful. Oh my god. Punage.
No,
Let's go. Let's
Imaju
just
2
give
AVM-a.
this one for the victory. You know what? I mean, Navi, I hope they win this, but man, oh man, he's got him.
Oh my god. I know we talk about sniper shots being money, but right now they could be big money for Yahoo.
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, these are wonderful guns to have temporarily in this position. When you have the high ground like this,
Mislim, ovima može donesti 8. na 6. mjesto. Mislim, a vjerovatno i može ovima sa vinom.
I Cerberus može da preskoči do overpickera.
Da.
Kakav game, druže, baš bi bilo gotivnije da su se prva dva fajtala do kraja. Skopča će.
Možda mu je opet osigurač skoči.
I koliko je uzeo na kraju Tropic? 42.000.
Sparking hitting that damage in. Punij feeding over some information, but Na'Vi getting control over the circle due to it. Sparking taking a lot of damage. Last one up for Yoho.
Unlucky.
How many shots he can hit? No, he is going to go out, and that cements them in 8th place.
All right, here comes Na'Vi. They want to end on a bang. They've already claimed the championship, but you might as well go out.
No dobro, on već znaju da su prvaci. Mislim, trebali bi da znaju, da ne?
Definitivno da.
Ma dao sam kilova ima nešto.
Ma ja, druže, ne znam, kontaš 4 kila razlike, šta da su ovi uzeli 9, 10, a brojali su vjerovatno, ali uvijek je strah.
Da.
Yeah, I believe that is the case. That dog, yeah, he is the gatekeeper of hell.
Je moj brat Uba. Danlov. Vidi ga, kakav flank hvata, a?
I mean, Cerberus, though, have played well all the way up into 6th place. Really, they can try to stack something, but they're cemented in where they're at, and you can tell, they know, they've got...
Jel Entropic sad ima invite na final, no PCS Evropu?
Mislim da da.
Sljedeći, da. Ima.
Mislim grupnu fazu, no. Ne za finale, ili da?
Ne znam iskreno, slagat ćete.
Ja mislim da više nema za finale invite-ova, sam grupno ono kao
A
playoff.
sad su promijenili, vidio se, nije već nisu še PCS-ovi, nego drugačije nešto.
To sad pelov?
Ne, ja nešto regionali neki imaju, ne znam. Nisam ni ja čito sve detaljno.
Kind of a lot of times how these battles start is one knock and the doors just swing wide open.
And we got to give massive respect.
Gle Ube. Zvjerke, daj uzmaj killove Uba.
Bravo.
As well, just 2 still up. Now again, just going for those flushes. Na'Vi still with 3 has control, and now we still have 2 members moving forward for Cerberus.
Yeah, Tycon here just trying to see if he can get in here, do anything to hold the line for his team. Alja looks to...
I druže moj, 17 je uzeo dobro para. Da su treći bili uzeli duplo manje. Koliko oni igraju save, druže? 4-2.
O neka i treba.
Nije stigao here.
Umalo njega ubio.
Ajde,
Uba, full kill.
Bravo. GG.
Čiga, Evo cure od... Vidiš što ga odguru. Odgurnu je egzempl drugo.
Bolesno.
Ajde, drago mi je da su oni uzeli.
Vidovi. Šta je Saško jebemo majku?
Comes back to play with Na'Vi and finds a championship alongside the unbelievably talented players. An example as well. I mean, this team is so stacked.
You have to say that everybody in the top 3 fought heart and soul trying to get every single point. They wanted this
Ma brate, oni su baš pokidali ovaj turnir.
The teams trying to rally themselves as they have to watch on as Na'Vi with a strong victory, securing even the chicken dinner. Gonna secure themselves that spot, and it's just so deserved. I mean,
exactly. And I want to also give a shout out to Mel and Alia, who have been playing out of their minds this entire event. This whole team, those 3 wins back to back, and look at that prize pool. It is climbing with the crowdfunding. 3.300.000
Manje nek prošle godine.
Da, manje.
I to za milijun.
Po početni ovaj manje.
Number one, how much are you going to walk away with at the end of it? Continuing to climb up. We've got 600,000 prize pool continuing to push it up, and we're going to cross that $1 million.
Ne, da će ovi 8.000, Danil.
That was the total prize pool there, 3.300.000. Over $1 million for Na'Vi. Just absolutely insane there. Just an incredible final day, an incredible tournament. I mean, coming through the way they did at the beginning of this tournament, it looked like they were unbeatable. 3 games in a row that one day, unreal.
At that Miramar game, the way they played that, you could feel the dream was real for them right that moment. That was such a beautifully executed set of plays.
Perfekti su suze u očima.
Alia hitting some crazy shots, and everybody just
Drago je meni što Na'Vi uzeli.
Da.
It was the tournament defining moment, no doubt about it. That was
Jebom.
the point. That
A
was
ne
when
se.
Na'Vi realized that they could do it. They could realize the dream, and certainly they did. They have found the championship here in 2022 for PUBG.
So much work, so much heart, a year's worth of effort, consistently fighting against everything to try to take themselves all the way to the top. It's gonna be your PGC 2022 Grand Champions!
Ne može dići.
Možeš dići, druže.
Well deserved, absolutely well deserved. This final day was unreal for Na'Vi. Just beautiful plays, top to bottom, fragging out of their minds, pulling it.
Joj, cringe.
I am just so impressed with the way they came through here. This was insane.
Da, ne mogu da vjerujem da nema neki host tu sad snima, da ih ovako snimaju bez veze.
Da, malo je.
Baš je cringe.
Pa nije nego loša organizacija. A
Pa
evo
to,
ide.
to. Ma ništa užasno, trebao je neko biti tu, druže, neke prskalce, nešto, druže.
Our PGC champions 2022, Na'Vi lost at PCS 7. You come here and you lead it from start to finish. Move forward, guys. Don't be afraid. Now, Uba, I know you said I wasn't allowed to interview you again unless you won. You've just won. Let's have a chat here, guys. Move on forward. I'm hoping someone will bring you a mic. We got a mic over there. I'm gonna start. I actually want you, if you can you give the mic to Example, Uba? I'm not gonna let you chat now. We're gonna have to let all of you chat. Example, I'm curious. 3 wins in 1 day. What does this win, the PGC 2022 win, mean to you?
Example, 4 победы за один день. Что эта победа означает для тебя?
Ova prevodi njemu.
So I just can't appreciate my teammates for hard work to, I don't know, fight till the end. I appreciate you, my girlfriend, for boost my confidence every day. So yeah.
Šta će reći, druže, moj sjeblo se, druže, moj malo.
The best PUBG team in the world right now. Mel, going into the final game, there was 1 point separating each of the top teams. Uber says to me he never gets nervous, but was the team nervous? How did you keep everyone calm and controlled to get that final chicken dinner?
Была одна разница в поинте. Как вы сохраняли спокойствие?
Мы знали то, что все решится в последней игре, и целый день мы чувствовали себя уверенно. Мы не сдавались, мы знали как будем действовать в последней игре, у нас была заготовлена тактика для этой игры. И когда мы увидели, что прокнул верхний круг, мы просто поняли, что мы можем выиграть этот турнир, и мы его выиграли.
So everything was decided. Like we knew that everything's going to be decided in the last match, and we were confident. We had a tactic, and when we saw like the game was Portugal was on our side, we knew that we were going to make it.
I know that you're really excited, so I'm just going to ask you when you do give the answers, I need your mic a little bit closer to your mouth, just so that the fans can hear you. If you can pass that mic on to Uber. I do have to speak to you, my friend. You said at the start of this that you were going to be the first team to lead from the beginning to the end. You did that. You are also the first player in PUBG history to win PCS, PNC, and PGC now, so congrats on that. You've been around for a long time. You've done all of that, so I have to ask you, why is this the best PUBG team in the world?
I don't know. I trust in my boys with all my heart. Like they're like hard workers, they're good players, and they still have like ground to develop, you know, to be even better. So that's it. I'm freaking happy right now.
You are happy? Are you going to retire now? Or do we get you for another year?
Gdje će druže sad?
There we go. The retirement's not happening. One more. Alia, final question. Do you have a message for any of the fans watching at home, to all the fans in the arena from the Navi team?
Аля, что бы ты хотел сказать своим фанатам, которые смотрят вас, наблюдают здесь на арене?
Благодарю всех фанатов, что поддерживали, что верили до конца. Мы не опускали руки до самого последнего дня. Я знал, что мы сегодня выйдем и поднимем этот кубок, даже учитывая в разрыв в 40 поинтов. Я был уверен в своих пацанах. Мы все были уверены, что мы это сделаем, и мы вышли, просто сделали. В общем, всем спасибо за поддержку.
Okay, I want to thank our fans for encouraging us every time. And I knew we're gonna make it. I knew like me and our guys are gonna make it, and like we're gonna make it like till the end. And we didn't give up.
You didn't give up. You are the PGC 2022 champs, the best team in the world from EMEA as well. I have to throw that in because I'm super biased. We are going to celebrate with you in a little bit, but first, for the final time, we're going to break down exactly how they did it. To all the gents on the desk, I'm going to hang out here, have a little bit of a party with the boys before we hand over the trophy. So tell us exactly how did they win the PGC 2022?
With style. It started as a 3-horse race going into this game. They had a triple crown on the day, and they come out as the dominant leaders. An organization that's been with PUBG since the start, and 4 players
Ja bi mogu ugasiti ovo.
as grizzled veterans.
Čekaj, stani malo još da završi.
79 points. My name's Tavis. I've got Poro and Avenger. Guys, you said Navi had to start strong.
To ti jedan mega bundle.
They mid-day strong, and they finished strong.
78 points in one day, Poro.
I mean, it's nuts.
It's insane. Like,
it's just
this performance
class.
today, it is literally head and shoulders above the rest today here, and this is literally why we're seeing them at the very top. 17 Gaming, they started day number 1 with 71 points. Navi end with 78, and that's why they win today.
And 17 Gaming tried as hard as they might, Poro. We saw a little ghost on the tip of the spear.
Pa kažem ti da su imali ovdje dobar game. Jebi ga, šteta. Imali su par gameova, šansi, ali dobro. U svakom slučaju,
Pa Navi je vinuo turnir, druže moj, na ono Miramar, kad si s Handegara išli, ali ja držao. Da je tu Battle i ovi vidal.
Da, evo, točno ovaj play sad koji je na highlightu.
Jel? Na to.
Da.
Amare, svi što dolazi mapa, Ohio.
E, ali bit će sad...
Ohio. Jesam, vidio sam.
Bit će sad neki announcement, jel tako?
Kakav announcement? Za sljedeći turnir, jel?
Na PGC.
To su već objavili.
A jesu?
A vidiš ovo?
Danas.
Evo Amare, evo. Isto.
This is what we're going to show you because these guys caught everyone by surprise.
They had 24 and 26 points in day 2 and day 3, guys. And then they come up here and rock off and they win because of that.
Unheard of. It's phenomenal. I mean, 3 wins on the day and just
third place with 8 kills.
It is something that I never expected to see, but if there were 4 players who could do it, Poro, this is them example.
Neće da će biti skinov neki. Sve će tvr stadion, druže moj.
They came out, they started off obviously strong with that win. They did get a little bit of circle love in a couple of them, but at the end of the day, they still managed to keep that snowball rolling. And you could see they weren't avoiding fights. There were times where we saw a couple of our other top teams maybe playing a little bit more conservatively, pulling back the compounds, letting the game come to them. Navi, it just seemed like they were never afraid to push
Znači do 3. mjeseca ni nema nikakvog turnira.
And today, like you can see and you can see.
Joj, ne može biti svaki mjesec, evo moj.
Molim?
Ne može biti svaki mjesec.
Pa dobro, ali fali onaj...
Čekaj, moraju ljud potrošiti malo para.
Ne mislim to, nego zar nije kako se zove ona finska... Elisa, je li Elisa?
Pa neće to ovdje pisat, dragi Fić.
Ma znam da, ali to je jedan od turnira koji spada isto pod PUBG Esports.
Ne.
Kako ne?
To je isto
koji BPL, šta?
Na seri?
To je finska liga.
Da.
In grand final, they finished first, but it's worth noting a lot of people didn't think that was going to happen because PCS, it wasn't quite the same story. They had a game plan, they executed, and very clearly they knew what they were doing.
I mean, it just goes to show you what a wacky game PUBG can be, right? Like, even if you're not always having the best performances, one day can be all the difference, and this was their day. I know you can't take that away from them, and they're going to be the PUBG 2022 PGC champion for the rest of their lives.
As much as this is the first time we've had a champion that's also won the group stage and winners brackets or whatever middle bracket we've had, the bookmakers had them high going into the grand final. We kind of written them off yesterday going into today because they had 2 bad days back to back, and you can't win, or we thought so, you can't win the global championship having such bad. But honestly, they're coming in here, they're dropping 78 points in a single day, 5 games, and they take it home with it. I gotta say I'm heartbroken with Twisted Minds though. They should have showed up on Miramar today, and they only had 1 good game there.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to go back for one last time to talk to your PGC 2022 champions, Navi.
You don't get Navi just yet, you get me, and hot damn, I love PUBG, and I love this part of my job because I'm a fan first and foremost, and I get to celebrate now. I get to be part of these amazing moments, and so do you, watching it live at home. So, to start us off, before I bring on our champs, I am going to be announcing the MVP. To help me do that, I'd like to introduce the head of marketing for BenQ, Middle East and Turkey, Rashmi Perswani. Please will you come to the stage? They're moving on in here, joining us now. Don't slip on all the confetti. That I was worried that was going to be me.
Rashmi Perswani.
This is it. We are about
to
vidi
male, ja?
Ponašaj se.
Please make some noise for example. Example is your MVP. We're running on stage very quickly with that check because Example gets $10,000 to add onto the prize pool, which we'll chat about in a bit. So please, if you can present Example with this prize. There he is. Congratulations, your MVP for the PUBG Global Championship 2022. I'm gonna ask both of you now to head on out. Example, go join your team. Congratulations. You can head on back. Do you want to come back on with your team, or do you want to stay here with me? You're a champion. You can choose. You can go back to your team if you want, or you can stay here. It's completely up to you.
Ne razumijem ti da.
Gleo.
Ma nemoguće. Ma nemoguće da ne razumijem.
Jel moguće ovo?
NPC jebeni, ne? Strahota.
Very important people who are going to be coming to the stage right now. To all the crowd here,
Sve je bilo. Nisam gledao.
Ona mu rekla da ode nazad sa svojim timom, on nije razumio, stoji tu pored nje.
It is because of them that we get to celebrate some of the best PUBG in the world right here. So first off, as we line them all up, please help me in welcoming Minho Yi, the Vice President and Head of Esports at Crafton. Mr. Mohammed Shal, the representative of the Dubai Esports Festival.
A dobro, samo ima govor, taj bješ.
Also another representative from the Dubai Esports Festival. And now the best part. It's the one we've all been waiting for. Make some noise for your champions. They started at the top, they ended at the top. This is Na'Vi. The best players in the world on the stage right now. They have some incredible prizes. To start, we are going to hand over that amazing check. More than $1 million going home to our best team. Putting a smile on their face for sure. And then, of course, from our sponsor Lenovo, every single one of our players will be taking home an incredible gaming laptop, mouse and headsets.
That's not your laptop.
Aha.
Each of these players have performed incredibly well. You've got to watch them. 4 wins in 5 games on the last day to take the grand final and lift the trophy. That is something special. And of course the first EMEA team to be able to claim that victory. There they are. Uber as well, you saw him on camera, the only player to win a PCS, a PNC and a PGC. And now it is my favorite part of the show, of course, as we take a look at them holding their prizes. It has been an absolute honor and privilege to bring you 3 weeks of incredible PUBG. It means so much to us, to each and every one of you watching at home, and to all the people behind the scenes who make this possible, and to every single player who graced the stage, the best in the world. I know that you love PUBG, I love PUBG as well, and I can tell you we are coming back bigger and better in 2023. But now,
Amar.
this is the opportunity, it is the moment we've all been waiting
Mama
for.
boys.
Help me in making all the
Fuck
noise
them.
you possibly can
Rado.
for your PUBG Global Champions.
Da,
This
čekaj da završimo
is
još ovo do
Na'Vi.
kraja malo. Evo, proglasi sad pobjednika i to je to.
Ko je osvojio BPL blan? Wow.
Ne znam.
Arnes. Arnes. Ko je Arnes?
To Arnes da se javi.
Ja bio 20. Ujebim ti. Sam ja bio najbolji od nas ovdje. Jesam. Ubao sam kapitena, nešto. Uba doktor.
To je to, jel' tak?
Jop.
Da.
Ništa ljudi, gasimo, javljamo iz etera da neće radit prekovremene, tako da... Adio zdravo.